Are you kidding me? That shitty number?
That
was
shitty
the one
number?
That was the one you didn't go with 11. You didn't go with your instinct.
Also, no, we're on 13, Brandon.
Oh shit.
We're on 13. The answer was 47. You
12
all,
off.
We
you
all fucked up.
fucking suck.
Well, DM, why don't you try it?
I will try. Okay, you know what? The answer is going to be.
Hold on, wait.
Are you gonna roll it, Chase?
Ooh, is Chase gonna try and do a brain blast on me?
Oh, he's blasting brains.
All right, Chase. So, what do you think? What do you guess this number is gonna be? Chase, we can't hear you if you're talking. We can't hear
Still
you.
can't hear you, boss.
Good guess.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I have dice, and I was going to have you guess.
Oh, you're gonna have me guess. Okay.
I was gonna have you
Alrighty.
guess.
All right. I already had a number, so I know it's gonna be that number.
Okay. All right. Well, I will. Oh, I should.
You can't show us the roll before.
Well, you can't
show us the roll.
you can't
before.
roll and then you have the camera pointing at the roll. I'll know the answer.
Okay. All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. All right. What is it? My hands
Ooh,
up here.
I heard a little bit of reverb on that one.
Just a smidgen.
Just a bit. But you know the 30s have been calling me, so I'm gonna say 39. What is that?
It's hard to see.
That is
It's
a
9.
9.
Wow, Chase, your dice fucking suck. They went really low.
That'd be good in Call of Cthulhu.
That would be amazing in Call of Cthulhu.
It would be pretty freaking good in Call of Cthulhu, but more is in Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, but nobody plays that game.
Except for losers who want to play in the modern world.
But I'm here to escape the modern world.
Yeah. I'm here to
I play
escape my
D&D to not be in the
problems.
modern world, so I can be in
Yeah,
the
exactly.
fantasy world.
Right.
Chase, your webcam's still on. There you go.
I know.
No, I know. I know.
I
know it was.
I see. All right. Well, are you guys ready to begin?
No.
All right, kick him. Get him out of here.
All right. D&D. No D&D.
No D&D.
Are you guys ready to begin?
Oh, yeah, much.
Now
You know, I'm
now
not
that
sure.
No, I'm not ready. You know,
now that the outlier's gone.
Nope.
Nice.
Now
Now
nice
I'm
and
ready.
bored.
Now I'm ready.
Okay, now I'm ready.
Yeah. Now I'm ready.
Alrighty. When last we left our wanderers, Hank, the dwarf rogue, Estelar, the shifter druid, Dolkin, the minotaur ranger, and Vashana, the Kalashtar sorcerer, the group got together to head out on a mission with the very mysterious mysterious rune explorer and architect Samael, who led them onto a mission towards the direction of Hogder after resting up in Elton Village and having a bit of chatter between one another, getting to know a bit more about the party and discussing plans and ideas and the journey with Samael. On their way there through the forest, they encountered Perytons that had mysteriously found their way to the party through unknown reasons that no one can trace back to. And swiftly dealing with the Perytons, the party realized they had taken a bit of damage and decided to take a short rest before continuing on their way towards Hogder, where the ruins that Samael had found lay. Coming up to the gates, the next day, the party veers off from the path leading to Hogder and travels deeper into the forest that led up to a path, a clearing, the slope leading up into the mountains between two peaks And from there, we continue as Samael leads our party further into the mountains. So, around this time, you guys would have been traveling for roughly 4 or 5 hours before getting to this point, since you woke up a couple hours prior. It's about noon. It's about noonish at this point, with the sun directly up ahead of you guys. They're directly above.
Mm-hmm.
And Samael is now leading you through the mountains, up this path that leads that starts leading up higher and higher into the mountain. You can definitely feel as you guys start traveling that the air slowly and gradually does get thinner, but it doesn't get to any dangerous level where it would feel as if you may pass out in the cold while getting a bit more chilly. While getting a bit more chilly as you travel up, the warmness of the air and the sun on top of you guys counteracts it.
Or
As well as-
we could turn on the thermal cube.
Or that as well. That does also give some additional help with keeping all of you warm.
So, is there no, like, harpies? I forget the name of them, but there's none of those winged beasts on this mountain in particular. They're just on the other one.
Roll a perception check.
Wait, did it close
Well-
my character sheet? Oh, fuck, it closed my character sheet because I refreshed. Hold up. Where's Tolkien? Perception. His greatest stat! Uh-oh.
Natural 20.
Oh, his greatest stat!
So good.
Dolkin, as you guys start traveling and you think about the Perytons that you all fought the day prior, you keep a keen eye out, and you do see Perytons, but they seem to be farther away from where you guys are now. You see now in the area you are is a little bit protected by the cliff sides on either side of you. This, for reference, the chasm you guys are going into is about from each wall is 20 feet, so it's a very large space that you're traveling through, as well as the cliff sides go up gradually with edges that go higher and higher, several hundreds of feet above all of you.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see perched in peaks and areas where you get clear viewings of the rest of the mountainside, as well as mountains further, that there are Perytons that are definitely flying through the air, possibly on the hunt. But you also see can see holes in some of the cliff sides as well, where there may be perchings and nests for them. And right now they see you all seem to be undetected by anything right now.
All right, good to know. Because we have not been stealthy.
I was gonna say Dolkin can tell us to stealth.
I feel like we kind of should.
I mean, we don't
have to.
we don't
but-
want another incident on our hands.
Yeah, we don't want another incident.
Dolkin definitely would not like to get dive bombed by the bird and cut in half again.
Well, then that means
Another. You know what? I do know that means another fog cloud. Oh wait, I'm out of spells because I only get 3.
I thought we had a long rest.
You guys had a long rest.
Oh, did we? I
Yeah,
thought we just
you
had
guys
the short
had-
rest.
No, you guys had that short rest, traveled, rested, and then started the next day. You guys
Okay.
should have everything.
Yes,
Huge.
3 more fog clouds. Oh,
3 more fog clouds.
thank God.
The greatest spell in the game.
Better than any spell fucking Hank has.
Okay, that's literally not true. Literally.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is, though, because Hank has, what, no spells?
I'll have you know that Hank has Whales from the Grave, which isn't technically a spell,
It's not a spell.
but it's magical to me.
It's magical to me.
Mm.
But no, he doesn't have any spells.
Exactly. Case in point.
But
I would rather have no fog cloud than a fog cloud, though. So technically, Hank has better spells than you.
I'd rather do something that gives me free damage towards an enemy than having a fucking
Oh, you're a phantom rogue.
It did
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
it
Phantom.
did so much in the last combat, though.
Yeah, you know what it did? Stopped us from killing the enemies as efficiently.
Did
That's
it
what
actually
that did.
save Vishana?
Yeah. What would we have...
Also, Chase, don't forget about your secondary ability from your Phantom Rogue.
No, yeah, I get it. I just never know what to fucking... I never know what to fucking put it into.
That's fair. That's fair.
I
Just
guess I
don't-
could put it into
don't-
literally anything.
literally anything. It's a free skill that you're not proficient with, or the rule that I gave you to get.
Was this
skill.
just after the long rest?
This is a while after the long rest, but if you want to
Okay.
change, what you have right now, just go ahead. Just remember just always
Yeah.
keep track of which one is the one that you have selected for your
Yeah.
for your
I'll
subclass.
I'll like type it out in the thing.
Well, just keep a note of it somewhere. Of
yeah.
what you're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys are traveling, and you guys actually see Samael as you guys are traveling. He is in the front, but he would not be too far where you guys would not be able to see his face. Roll an insight on him as you guys are traveling.
Even though we can't see his face.
No, he's traveling alongside you guys.
Oh,
so.
good. Insight. you say?
Damn.
I mean, it's
Just
Tolkien's
give-
best stat. Uh-oh.
Best.
His best
Just-
stats.
just
You know what?
give me
I forget if I made. Didn't I make Ma proficient in insight? Wasn't
I
that the other
believe
one
you
that
did.
Yeah.
hold
Well,
on,
you know
hold
what
on,
that means.
Just give me 1 second for insight.
She is proficient in insight.
Yeah. She's the greatest.
Okay.
She's the best.
Well, she's better than Tolkien, and she's better than Hank. Well, I already knew she was better than Hank, so this isn't like this isn't anything new.
So as you guys are traveling, Samael seems to have a very calm, composure on him. Seems just to be walking with his hands in his jacket pockets, just looking up ahead, just a very like whimsical smile on his face. You can see a bit of a excited glint in his eyes as he's continues moving forward.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna kill him.
Hank is he's just like whispering to himself, right?
I'm going to kill him. I swear, I don't like that smile on him.
There's just something awful about him. I don't like it.
What a turn, Aussie. But he's just walking very calmly, and I assume Dolkin, you made mention of the Peritons that are ahead of all of you.
Mm-hmm. I definitely would point them out to the party.
Yeah, but he seems to be very nonchalant about it, and he's been through this way before. He had to because he knows where the ruins are. But he looks to everyone. It's just like, it should not be too far. It should not be too much farther ahead. It's about we'll have to get to another hour's walking to get to the area where we'll need to start climbing up higher onto the cliff sides. It's maybe a bit of a trek, but it should be safe as long as nothing nasty notices us.
Is there nastier things than flying birds with sharp talons?
Oh, there's plenty. Oh, Doken, my friend, there's plenty of nasty things that could be worse than those. Figuratively and literally.
How?
Have you traveled this path before? Have you not gotten attacked by anything while you were doing that?
I made sure to make sure that nothing saw me on my way here.
Do we roll an insight on that?
Yeah, you're free to.
I would like to.
I'll roll an insight.
Because for as much as I love
I think
Samael,
well, I believe
he's kind
every
of
word
a
he
little-
says.
You know what? I mean, Dolkin is the greatest in.
wow.
Ma,
Mm.
Ma,
Wow.
save me!
Wow.
Don't worry, this is why we have Ma. This is why Dolkin is Ma. He's not a people
What is
person.
Ma gonna do? Ma's not gonna tell you if he's lying or not.
I'll say if Dolkin incites, Ma will incite as well. It would only,
Uh-oh.
only
Yo, what did I tell you? She's the greatest.
Damn.
Alright.
Natural 20 and a 1 on the other side.
Heaven or hell.
What did I fucking tell you? She said
Oh.
God.
For everyone, when he says this, he seems to be very honest with that. From how he's handled himself, thus far in his knowledge, he seems to very much believe that he can get himself out of situations, or not get into a situation just by himself. Dolkin, as you're also looking into those words as well, you hear Ma. Well, yeah, you hear Ma right next to you. You just feel some weird clackings of her mandibles against one another. She. You get a sense that she senses something off, but you're unsure because she can't really.
She can't
communicate.
talk. So. Yeah, Dolkin, he'll remember that. He'll smile, and then he'll put his hand on her head, and he'll give her like a good rub.
She'll just look to you and just crawl back on your back and just start looking up at the sky.
Yeah, hoping those paratinsel will attack so she can get another good meal.
So Dolkeen believes that there's something up.
No,
Oh no, he
not necessarily.
With a nat one from Dolkin, he kind of wholeheartedly doesn't really think twice about it.
Exactly. She's
But-
Dolkin, when she does that, Dolkin's just like, oh, she's just not like trusting of other
Yeah.
people.
And as for the rest of you, you also do believe that as well. That he seems to be very honest and not being able to be detected and be safe.
Okay, then.
Exactly how high up do we need to climb?
You see him stop for a second and look up to the cliffside, which again, it's basically from your position, you can see the top of the mountain from like a 45, kind of like a 45-degree angle, or 45, 55-degree angle going upwards, and the several cliffs and jagged edges that make up several cliff sides and areas of the mountains, as well as plateaus. You see him lift up a finger and just start tapping his chin. Now which ridge was it on? Believe it was. And you see him slowly point a finger upwards and to an area about a fourth of the way up the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Around there is where I remember it being. I remember the exact. Don't remember the exact path that I took, but it's roughly around that area. We'll have to try and find it again. But it shouldn't be too hard. When you notice it, you will most certainly notice it.
Yeah, I mean, how could you miss it if it was made by giants? I mean, they're giant.
Exactly, it'd be very big.
I don't know if I've ever heard of any giants making dioramas of bottles and ships before.
Making what?
Dioramas of bowls and
It was a
ships?
stupid fucking joke where
Yeah,
it was like bottle. You know whenever people have like ships in a bottle and like they're like working with intricate pieces.
Mm-hmm.
It's a stupid fucking joke. My bad.
I think it
I
went
still
over
don't get
everyone's
it.
head.
No.
Yeah, I
Bashana,
still don't get it.
It's
Bashana.
like I wouldn't imagine a giant to have like a lot of like small intricate pieces to something. I'd imagine it would be pretty fucking big.
Okay.
Vashana will, from her broom on high, go, ha ha ha, that was funny, Hank.
No, I still don't get it.
I seem to be lost as well.
I don't get it either. Hank, what are you talking about?
I think he means that giants have like really big hands, so they don't like do anything like super small.
Oh, yes, no, definitely not. They're definitely more rugged and not taken in fine things. Well, I suppose there are stories of some giants who do, but that's few and far between.
A tear rolls down Hank's cheek. See here.
All of his best material
This is-
wasted.
His best material fell upon deaf ears. Go ahead.
Yeah, no worries. But you all continue traveling for like I said, Samael leads you further into the chasm between these two mountain peaks, and eventually he comes to an area where he's like, ah, that's where I last marked, and you see some white chalk lines. A lot of them specifically with like arrows pointing in a direction. Ah, yes, this is the path we need to take. Came by here and remembered putting these here so I didn't forget.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, well, like a lot, but just like 4 or 5, just like arrows
Go this
pointing in a
way.
direction. Yeah, basically,
Mhm.
basically a go this way.
Like, oh, for real. All right.
And what you see is very rough but traversable terrain.
Mhm.
Ahead of you. You see a very thin, very narrow path leading up to the side of the mountain. It kind of swerves and goes in different directions to the left and the right, and sometimes directly into the mountain as well. I will say,
Mhm.
for everyone involved,
Uh-huh.
as Samael starts taking up the rocky cliff, go ahead and roll either an athletics or an acrobatics checks while you're climbing.
Okay.
Acrobat.
Unless you have something that can help you and give you advantage.
Wait. Advantage in against the rough terrain.
Yeah, advantage in climbing.
Mm.
Like a climber's kit, or well, actually, yeah. Well, speaking of which, Vashana wouldn't need to do it because she can
Yeah,
fly.
she
So
just.
yeah, so like Vashana, she can fly, so she has to make the
Mhm.
check.
Yeah,
If,
that's why I didn't roll.
if only I was Nugget.
I believe in us.
Oh.
Oh my God, we're insane.
Okay, let me roll for Angelina too, because she is with you guys. as well.
Vashana will pick up Angelina.
Oh, okay. Then never mind.
And I assume is Maul
And-
just gonna stay on my back, or she's gonna climb by herself?
Yeah, she's gonna stand on your back.
Okay.
Unless you want her to be like, it's like, Ma, can like give me a little bit of
Well,
room?
yeah, I was saying like if I fail, I will tell Maul to like jump off because again she can just climb by herself.
Yeah, and Samael made the check fine as well. So Vachana and Angelina are following behind you guys. I would say Vashana, where would you be with the party as they're climbing and making their way?
Well, fully loaded, the broom can only move 30 feet, so I'd be like right alongside them.
Okay.
She's got to make fun of us, being like, "Look at these losers, can't fly."
Yeah, Angelina would, as she's running, just make mentions like, maybe if we're right next to everyone or in the back beside them, in case like they fall or slip, we can try and help them.
Sure, if you want to lose 20 pounds right now, immediately.
Just call it fat.
Wow.
Whoa.
No.
We're already overloaded.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
I'll have you know,
Guys,
it's
it's 2 people and only carries 200 pounds.
Calling her fat though.
The average person is 120. Alright.
exactly
the
pinnacle of health yourself.
Yeah, the max weight the broom can carry is 400. Over 200, it's 30 feet per minute. So,
Well,
or 30 feet movement speed.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys make your checks all fine. No one has any slip ups or any loose rocks falling beneath your feet. There are several moments where it gets very tense, where you guys have to start climbing and stop, and eventually get to a path where you have to just sidle up against a wall. And looking down is very much so not a nice drop down. It is, for lack of a better term, very nerve-wracking.
I would imagine that'd be extremely difficult for Dolkeen. For like,
Considering I got hooves.
yeah, considering you have hooves and not feet, so you can't like Be on your
I
heels.
definitely don't have as much like grip on the ground as you do, but
And then Dolkeen slips and Essler catches him.
and then we
And
both
that-
go tumbling.
You okay, babe?
Yeah,
Oh.
okay, babe.
I was just gonna assume we both go tumbling and we both died.
No, of course not. I'd catch you, and if I couldn't, then I'd let you drop by yourself.
Hmm.
And then Hank grabs you guys. He lassos you with his 10 feet of string.
I have rope.
And then the string snaps.
Yeah.
I have 40 feet of rope. You guys could just throw it up and then you both catch it and you pull me.
All right. Let's continue. Let's stop. Let's get off this tangent. All right. But you guys climb for a good hour up the side of the mountain, going up, and it definitely starts getting a lot more chilly. The wind picks up quite a bit as well, blowing against all of you from time to time, starting to get a little bit harsher. But Samael reassures everybody that it is not long before. It's not long before you should all get to the area that you need to be to. And eventually, after some time passes, you eventually get to a plateau and a flat area on the side of the mountain for a good chunk of it. And Samael lets out just a little soft breath and just, alrighty. Well, that was exhilarating. I hope all of you are faring well.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, no, we're just perfectly fine.
And all these. Oh, fuck.
This is good. Now, if I... What were you going to say, Chase?
I was gonna say something like, these these legs weren't just made for kicking arses. Oh,
I believe you, my friend.
DM, just for my reference, how long were we climbing for, roughly?
About an hour.
About an hour?
About another
Okay.
hour of climbing.
Cool.
But you guys sit on this plateau with the mountain still in front of you, and still a long way before you reach the top. But you see Samael start walking in one direction. He's like, now if I remember, it should be somewhere around here. The question is just where it is, if I can remember. If all of you don't mind, just we should be fine up here, but I'm having trouble remembering if it is one direction or another. If you could go help me find the large door, that would be more than greatly appreciated. And you two on the broom, you should be able to have a very good aerial eye.
I was going to say, could you describe it for me?
Well, it is very big. The door actually, it is made of a very peculiar black stone, actually.
Got it. That should be enough.
It clashes with the mountainside, but it is a bit hidden, so it may take a bit of eyeballing around.
Vashana will drop off. We'll drop off Angelina, and we'll full speed just start circling the mountain looking for this thing.
Okay. Just go ahead and roll a perception check.
Oh
Yeah.
boy. Uh-huh. I can't see for shit.
It takes you a little bit while Samael leads everyone else leads everyone around the plateau into the rocky edges and smaller paths off to the side. It takes you about a good 10 minutes of just flying around and looking through specific areas of the side of the mountain, but you do eventually find it. What you see as you come across the side of a wall that blocks off one area of the mountain, you see a path that leads to a giant monolithic door. It kind of just comes out of nowhere, out of your peripheral vision, and when you see it, it is very, very odd. Like he said before, it is a giant black stone door, it almost kind of gleams in the light as well of the sun. It kind of shimmers as well, and you see various etchings and runic carvings all across the door. Several going up one side of it, several going down the bottom, and several as well just filling up the middle space as well. And this door stands at least 20 feet tall and about 15 feet wide.
Are we all seeing
Kinda
this? or is it on the sheet?
Kind of surprised I missed it.
No, Vishana is the one who sees it right now.
And then she'll 180 back to the rest of them. I'm fairly certain I found it. It's a really big, black, it's like 15 feet of just big black.
Ah, yes, that would be it. Would you mind leading us in the direction over there?
Yeah, sure. No, follow me. And she'll once again go pick up Angela.
You see, Samaya just turn to everyone, just hold his fists up, very excited, like, we found our quarry, everyone.
How excited does he look?
Oh, he looks very excited.
On a scale of 1 to hype.
Roll an insight. Roll an insight on him.
No, I'm surprised none of us said, oh, that's a good insight. Oh, all of us? Or...
Oh, are we all inside here?
Yep. If anyone wants to insight his,
Wow.
his
Wow.
insight.
Gotta see how happy he is. Oh,
Well, that's all I can figure out.
Okay. Yeah, Vashana and Estelar. Everyone notices he is very excited. From what he said, he enjoys.
Banging on the door.
From what he said, he enjoys just looking through several, being an explorer and a architect. Enjoys places like this as are hidden from society. But he seems a little bit too overjoyed. It's a little perplexing at first, but he seems just a little more excited than one probably should be for something like this.
So, would you say he is the hype?
Yes.
Okay.
He is the hype. He's trying to hide it, but he seems overly excited.
Gotcha.
Estelar will smile because this is cute.
Yeah, and then he he turns and gives you all a very emphatic wave for you to follow him and also follow Vashon. He's like, well, let's hurry. Let's not keep the ruins waiting.
Someone is most definitely the hype.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. Did you say something, my dear?
No, I didn't. I just said, it's this way.
Well, please lead the way.
Yes, of course, that's what I'm doing.
I really appreciate that, but have a good one.
I didn't.
Someone had
Chase
a
is
good
getting
one.
a pizza or something.
Chase is talking to the spirit of his dead friend again.
Sorry about that.
Chase was letting them let them know to have a good one.
What'd you get?
So, for the rest of us.
Well, there was a guy who came over to the house earlier today. He was just trying to sell something or something, and then I asked, Mom handled him. I thought he was just some sort of, random door-to-door salesman. But he came back, and then my mom said, "Oh, tell him the dad's not home," and then I told him. And then he's all like, "Oh, okay. But also this, bro. Not to be really weird or anything, but I told your mom this too. But your voice is amazingly soothing." And I was all like, "All right."
And you're just disgusted.
Well then.
Hug, dude. I was
nice.
like,
That's
"Thank
pretty
you.
nice.
That's awesome, dude. I didn't.
Ooh,
I was flattered.
Chase, you getting a little hot under the collar?
I know. He was cool.
Unbutton
Alright.
his shirt a little bit.
I know. I mean, my shirt was unbuttoned a little, and he was,
Show some skin, my gamer.
Chase, I've never been complimented on my voice. People just try to beat me up.
The fuck are you talking about? You've always been complimented on your voice.
Well, that's after I tell them that I have a problem. I say,
he just said
it's they wake up and choose violence. But once I tell them that I have something wrong with me, then they're like, okay, well, I can't be mean anymore.
he was all like, "Oh,
He's
man,
got a
you
disability.
He's like, you have a really deep, soothing voice. I'm like, oh, thank you, bro. Just
Do you kiss him?
that wasn't even funny.
Sorry.
I mean, you gotta give him a little tongue.
you gotta do a little more smooch.
Yeah.
Can't just have a guy compliment you and not give him a reward.
Chase, you're gonna remember that for the rest of your life, and that's gonna be the
I
only
mean-
compliment you get, and you're gonna be so happy.
Whoa!
He's not even one of the homies. You gotta
Jeez,
hook him
Brandon.
Our
I think I'm
compliments
never
don't
gonna get
count.
I'm never gonna get another compliment again.
Well, not from like
Okay.
a rando.
Never again.
Whoa!
All right. Let's settle down. Let's settle down.
No, let's not settle down.
Chase, let's
Okay, I'm sorry. Let's settle down.
let's settle down. All right. God damn it, Chase! I gotta get back. I gotta get back to the scene, into the moment. All right. So you all follow Vashana over the edge of the mountain, leading to one side, about a good 100 or so feet away from where you all were searching before, and you all eventually come across basically a wall that goes and leads to the side of this massive door, and you all see this monolithic, gargantuan, just black stone door in front of you.
As you can see, it's big and it's black.
So how do we open it?
That,
You could just push it.
well, I do not speak giant, and I made attempts to try and open it, but it did not open.
Are there like runes on the door or something? Like giant writing?
There is. And...
Oh, I totally know giant. I want to read it.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. And Angelina. So do you walk up to the door?
Yeah, I'll walk up to the door
Yeah. So
and I'll
Angelina-
read it.
Yep. So Angelina follows up right behind you, just wanting to see the runes as well. What you see, the main thing that comes forth is the big writing in the center of the runes, and in giant it says "Lingenis Glong Du Den," and that translates in giant to "Ancestors of Ice, above you it comes."
Hmm.
Are you gonna push it? Yeah.
Now,
Can you repeat that? Ancestors of
Ancestors
Ice.
of ice, above you it comes.
Okay.
now,
Excuse me,
Sounds like
above
a
it
fucking
comes.
riddle.
Above you it comes.
Yeah.
Now, since I think this is the only time, for a long, long time, that I'll be able to do this, I would like to use stone cunning.
When you're making intelligence related to origin of stonework, you are considered proficient in history. Okay, yeah. Go ahead and if you want to roll a history check. I'm assuming you're trying to
It is
get a feel for the architecture of the door.
all right. It's going to be this history plus 2.
Yeah.
Funny.
Oh, soft
Yeah.
one.
Nice.
That's off 20. So, Hank, the
Uh-huh.
first thing you notice looking at this, first thing you notice, it is immaculate. It is-
like it was made by a giant.
The first thing you notice, that stone is obsidian. The first thing you notice, which is incredibly vexing because obsidian is not an easy material to make really anything out of.
Yeah. I like how you fucking said vexing. I haven't heard that word in a minute. That's a good word.
The next thing you know is that let's see, origin. From what you can tell from the stonework, the placement, and sort of just the general architecture of the door, it's very simply this is just a giant slab of obsidian.
Massive.
There is no indication that from you looking at it, there's no indication that it opens forward or opens back. But going up to it and just pressing your hand to it as well, and just giving it a few knocks, you can tell that there is definitely something behind it. There is open space behind this large door.
Okay.
And SR, as you and Angelina, as you're reading the inscription in the middle, Angelina looks at the inscriptions on the sides and at the top, and she has a very odd look to her. She kind of just raises an eyebrow and cocks her head to the side. It's like, that's odd.
Mushana, who's just kind of floating above all of them. What's odd?
The carvings on the sides, they speak in giant, but it repeats itself all the way around the door. It's a warning.
Can't read giants, so you're gonna have to translate for me, Angie.
Is it warning us not to push it?
It's warning of. It's very hard to wrap my head around, but it says entering costs you your life. Leaving will cost everything else.
Whoa.
Well,
Then if you're dead, surely they don't have anything else to lose.
Well, there's, as you know, an old saying says, there are worse fates besides death.
Well,
You could be eaten. Could be bored.
And it repeats itself, and she just goes and just points her finger and just starts sliding it upwards. Basically, for about 5 feet is large, giant inscriptions, and then she just continues and just does a circle around the doorway. It's like it repeats that all around it. And Samael is behind everyone, just looking and listening with a hand on his chin.
what did it say in the middle, Esther?
Ancestors of ice, above you it comes. Right, I got that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ancestors of ice, above you it
Does it want like snow?
It doesn't look like it's a riddle or anything. It looks more like a warning.
That makes me think of Ancestors of Ice, above you it comes. Didn't you guys meet a white dragon?
What is
Pretty
that?
far from here,
I mean,
Yeah,
right?
That was,
Like I imagine that was like in the opposite
Yeah,
direction.
it
of where
is
we are now.
on. It is to the opposite of you.
it's
and
odd.
our
You guys are in the west. You met the dragon to the east.
Yeah, that's
would
odd.
silver dragons be considered ice, or
Roll
One
history
was a
check.
cold dragon.
roll a history check or nature?
Just, actually, Arcana. Roll an Arcana, check.
Okay. Well, they're all one.
They're-
That's okay.
They're dragons.
Uh-oh.
So.
Oh, huge! My brain explodes.
Dragons.
What's a dragon?
It's a fucking scaled rat.
But Shauna would innately know from her studies that white dragons are ice dragons.
Yeah,
right?
and he was asking about silver dragons in
Ah.
general. Hank, your knowledge on dragons isn't. You have basic knowledge of your dragons, but the scale colors and what they mean seem very much lost to you from your own guesses. You can ascertain, like, because the chromatic dragons, white is ice, red is fire,
Uh-huh.
green is like probably like poison, and you can probably make correlations between them and
So
and
silver
the
means
metallic
metal.
dragons. And
There-
gold
That's what my
also
art-
means, and gold
that's-
also means metal.
That's what my nat 1 in Arcana tells me. Oh, silver must mean they're metal dragons.
Metal dragons,
No.
metal
You
benders.
you do not fail that hard. It's just that you don't know the specifics.
Okay, all right.
You don't know the specifics of the metallic dragons.
Is it
Thinking-
consider we're
thinking
only looking at
about
the
it-
entrance. Oh, you continue.
Sorry.
No,
Thinking about it, Ancestors of Ice, from above, if I'm remembering that correctly, the only thing that makes me think of is something that comes from above that is made of ice or can do something with ice, and more commonly than not, giants would often fight dragons.
I don't think I don't think maybe that's what it means. When it says ancestors of ice, it does have a pause between it, so I'm assuming it is maybe a warning of something. I'm assuming you mean it might be referring to white dragons.
Yes. Sorry, the translation is hard for me to understand.
Maybe, but I'm not sure. But it just sounds like. Well, I'm not really sure.
You know, underground.
Sisters of Ice.
Underground, we have a problem with like sometimes with, like big, like sharp rocks fall on our head. Maybe like a big sharp ice is gonna fall on our head.
Maybe. Ancestors of Ice. Is that frost giants? That would be frost giants, yes?
I assume so. If this is from frost giants, they must be referring to their. It must be referring to their themselves.
And then what was the other part?
Above you, it comes.
So like if it's not warning us about ice people, so it's just warning us about something that's like on the ceiling.
Something that would cause us to lose our life if we enter from above.
I've got it. It's stalagmites. They're probably
No.
fallen down. Or ancestors of ice. The old ice. Icicles. There's icicles above us.
Also, I think it's... Is it mites or tights?
I think it's tight.
I think it's tights.
Tights are on the
It is.
ceiling, and mites are on the floor.
I'm trying to fucking be stupid.
So I know,
I'm
I know
only
we-
pretending to be retarded.
Yeah.
So we've only
I
been
got
looking
you.
at like the door. Is there anything around the entrance, like in the mountain, like at all, or?
Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
All right. Big old plus a 0, but it doesn't matter if you just roll like a.
You all you all are free to roll
Yeah.
investigation checks as well as you see Dolkin moving around and
That's
looking.
perfect.
Shauna's gonna check up on the upper
Oh,
Even
parts.
better with a -1.
Just give me the Just give me the nat 20. Oh, I fucking deserve that shit.
Let's and Angelina as well, rolling in
I'm so good.
investigation. It's only one away. I'm so so as you all start thinking about the words, and you see Dolkin just looking around the door. Hank, you meet up with Angelina as you guys start looking around the door, and you give off the information that this is a door that does not open inwards or outwards, so there must be something to have it open.
Yes.
What you do find is to the side, about 10 or so feet away from the door, you see hidden behind a boulder a hole, both of you, and you come across at the same time. And you look, and it seems to be going into the way of the door. However, the hole is about 2 feet tall, and it seems to be very tight.
Okay.
Huh, that could be... That could be a way to get inside, maybe. Angelina looks to you, Hank. Do you think you might be able to fit through there?
Oh, and then I look down at my stomach and I raise up my belt and I'm like, I could sure try.
If you need, I could maybe reduce you as well to maybe give you a better, an easier time to get through.
Well, it wasn't my plan to leave this day being shorter than I used to be.
It only lasts for a little bit. It's only about a minute.
If it's for the quest, I'm okay with it. If it's just for a little bit.
Yeah. She is like, okay. Everyone, I think we found a way to maybe get inside.
What did you find?
It seems there's a hole that maybe looks like it leads into the direction that the door is going.
Dolkin, come over. How big is, like, we just went by Dolkin looking at it, like, how tiny is it compared to him?
Very tiny.
Very.
Yeah, Dolkin
Yeah.
look at me like,
It is.
This is like a thing only-
It is about. It's about 2 feet. Is about 2 feet. Is about 2 feet tall and about a foot and a half.
Yeah, considering the chode member of the group can't fit through it, I would imagine Dolkeen can't.
Yeah, Dolkin would be like, you know, I don't, you know, I don't think I'm gonna be able to fit through that. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Well, I can cast enlarge. I can cast reduce on Mr. Hank, and he could crawl through and see what he sees. If you want, and she'll actually take her familiar off her shoulder that was hiding in her hair, and she'll put it on. She'll put the weasel on your. Or no, it wasn't a weasel. It was a ferret.
Oh, I was gonna say, what the?
Yeah.
What the?
It was a ferret, not a weasel.
That's awesome.
She'll
What's the
put it.
ferret's name?
Fuck. It started with a J, but I fucking forgot to write it down.
Wasn't it Jeremy
Yes.
or Jonathan?
No, yeah, it was. I think it was Jeremy. Was the name of the ferret?
I used to have a ferret. Her name was Bailey. I like that.
Wait a second.
Wait a second.
Wait a second. Hold
second.
on.
Yeah.
But
Well,
she puts the ferret on your shoulder and just like, Jeremy, be good and keep an eye on Mr. Hank too. And you actually see the ferret actually nod at her, and look to you, Hank, while it's on your shoulder.
that's a well-trained
Rah.
You know,
that's a fluffy rat you got there.
Yeah, Dolphin will take Ma off, and he'll be like,
you think he'd be able to squeeze in there and help him, just in case?
She looks down. If you remember saying, Ma was about the size of
Hank.
about the size, if not about half a foot shorter than Hank is.
yeah. So she's just like confirming it.
Actually, no, she'd be a foot shorter. She wouldn't be that big, but she is definitely. She probably could, but it takes some squeezing.
Well, I have faith in her, and I don't want bad things to happen to Hank. And the more the merrier. So Dolkin will take like Ma off and be like, so
Just don't eat Jonathan, okay? That's the ferret. First off, I don't think he has a taste.
His name's Jeremy.
Oh, sorry, Jeremy. Yeah. First off, I don't think he tastes like anything. So you're not gonna get anything from it, okay? But just protect Hank and protect. Yeah, like I mean, you can ask her if.
You get a sense of
Oh.
fine.
okay.
Cow, I can handle myself. I can handle myself in there.
Vashana will pipe up. Not that I don't have complete and utter faith in you, Hank, but perhaps it would be wouldn't it be safer to send your familiar in first, because you can look through his eyes, and if something happens to him inside, you can just bring him back. It's kind of hard to bring Hank back.
Well, see.
Oh, you're right. Oh, you're right. Oh, I don't get to do that thing with Jeremy very often. Yeah, I can do that first.
It would be much safer just in case there were, some traps or something unexpected. Just because, it's a lot easier to bring a familiar back. It's a lot harder to bring a dwarf back.
You know, it's starting to sound like you don't have any faith in Hank.
No, I have the utmost faith in Hank.
I'm a rogue, after all.
No, believe
traps.
Believe you me, I have full confidence in you. It's just I'm not sure you can handle any and all the traps within the course of a minute. Just remember, you only have a minute at that size, and then you're stuck.
Well, fine.
Okay, and then you'll see as you guys are talking, the ferret jumps off your shoulder instinctively and goes towards the hole, and you see Angelina just kind of put her fingers through her temples and close her eyes, and then the ferret moves forward into the hole. A few seconds go by before Angelina makes any response. She kind of just stands there, just a bit, sort of in a daze. but after a few seconds, she goes, "Oh no, oh."
That doesn't
Okay.
Is
sound good.
everything all right?
Jeremy, maybe we should stay away from there. Do you see anything else?
While
okay.
she's doing this, could I look for like cool foliage that is just on the mountainside while we're waiting?
Go ahead and roll survival while you're.
You know.
Maybe it'll be quick. So
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
So you, I'll just let you know. But you unfortunately do not find
Okay.
anything. It is rock, and with the time that you have waiting right now, you
Mm-hmm.
just give a very quick glance, and you don't see anything right now.
Okay.
Vashana, you know, while she's connected to her familiar and looking through it, she cannot hear you. With the find familiar spell, when you look through familiar, you are blind.
But
blind.
Vashana will mind link with her, so she can hear me.
Oh, okay.
Is everything all right?
I'm getting around your fucking shit, Zeph.
No, I just realized because as you get in there, you just hear, "Hey, yo, who the fuck is this?"
Oh my god! But Vashana audibly just goes, oh my god!
And they're just like, "Oh, Jeremy, what did I say about profanity? I don't know. This fucking bitch is this is weird shit right there."
Vashana just, oh lord! Oh.
Get the fuck out of our fucking business.
Because Angelina is telepathically linked to her familiar as well.
Mm.
There's just like a squeak. That's all the
So they're in a three-way call right now.
Mm.
That's pretty pog. I like that.
It probably doesn't work like that, but I thought about it, I was like, wait, shit, this could be funny. but
Hi, Jeremy. Can you fill me
hey,
in on what's happening?
Jeremy, it's Jeremy. What the fuck, Jeremy? What kind of name is Jeremy?
I said Jeremy. It's just my accent. I'm sorry.
Said it fine there.
Yeah, fair enough. What you want?
What's happening inside?
Oh yeah, there's a big dead guy in here.
Oh, well.
Oh, he dead. He fucking dead.
How dead on a scale of 1 to really dead?
Oh, really dead. I'd say past dead, probably.
Wow. Okay. Do you see anything else in there?
Let me roll an investigation for him real quick. I do familiars. I know they get stats, but let me look at this.
They have the stats of the creature that they take the shape of.
Yeah, but does their intelligence change, or is it still the same?
Nope.
That's fair. Alright, let's roll. I'll just use the stats. Okay. Okay, that's actually pretty good. As you wait a bit, you say, "Oh yeah, this guy's leaned up like against a lever or something."
Oh. Could you pull that?
It's pretty big. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. I think someone might need to come in here and help me.
Right. Vashana.
It's like really big. Like you guys are big, and this guy's big. This guy is like this lever's for like big guys like this guy. You get it, my
Thank
guy?
you. I'm a woman, but yes.
It's a gender neutral term. Don't worry about it.
And Vashana will release the mind link and just go,
Well, that's pleasant. Hank, get yourself ready.
Yeah, and you see Angelina come out of her kind of her trance and just goes, "I'm so sorry about him."
He's a lot.
Yeah, that's what I have to deal with every day with him.
Goodness, I'm so sorry, my dear.
It's a good thing I can send him away, but he's
Yeah.
nice. He's nice company.
Uh,
Yeah, it's then she'll look to everyone. It seems there's a lever inside that Jeremy found, but it's he's small and probably couldn't reach it or pull it. So she looks down to you, Hank. Do you mind if I try casting my spell on you?
How tall is she?
I didn't hear you
How
said
tall is
should.
she?
She's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
5'3", isn't she?
She's 5 foot.
Oh well, I guess she would be looking down to me. I forgot Hank's 4'5".
Yeah, she's 5 foot. Yeah, she just looks down to you a little bit, but yeah, she's
I
also
get you.
she's also a short lady.
I get. I said I was fine earlier, so I'm fine now.
Okay, and she just puts a hand, just puts her finger on your forehead, and you immediately shrink down half your size.
Huge.
You might wanna hurry through. The spell doesn't last very long.
Do be careful in there. There's a body.
Hey, all right. How tall? How high up is the hole?
It's a 2 feet high, so you need to you could comfortably get on, just crouch down and start making your way through.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought I was gonna. I
Reduce
was,
cuts his size in half, so he'd be perfect size. Just duck
Yeah.
forward a little bit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's he just needs to crouch down a little bit. You just need to crouch down a little bit because his head still would he'd bang his head against the top if he's trying to stand up straight.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, if it was higher up and like he wasn't high enough to reach it, I would have like told Dolkeen to like throw me up there.
Why wouldn't I
Alright.
just lift you up?
All right. Well, I'll
I
go.
will be sending Maul with him.
I
Okay.
will. I will crouch down and I will start crawling my way through. And I don't know if it's like a tight fit, but I would imagine it's like just a.
For you, no, it is not a tight fit. It is just a little annoying. Basically, like to give reference, like if you're like on a playground going through like those tube things,
Yeah.
and you're just a little bit too tall for them. You just like crouch and
Okay.
try to crouch and make your way through them.
All right. Yeah, and
and,
I'll go in and I'll look to the left and to the right. Try and making sure that there's no traps around. Don't I have a thing that allows me to look for traps or something?
She is a god.
Okay.
You
That's
doubted
just
her
an
earlier?
investigation check.
You can look if you want to look for traps. That'd be a perception check.
Yeah, I
While
don't
you're
have
making
any.
your way through.
I don't have anything that allows me to hit traps. That's weird.
If you have the spell find traps, you could do, but that spell sucks.
All right. Well,
It is
So,
a shit spell.
you said perception, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If you're looking for traps, that'd be perception.
I'm bad.
8. You do not
Well-
see anything while going through this hole.
Oh, it's a jack shit.
But you know what? Go ahead and roll. Well, let's use your stone cunning for this as well.
Pokers.
While you're going through this hole, go ahead and make a nature check.
It only works with history.
I know. I'm letting you use stone cunning for this. So just.
Okay.
Don't spit in the DM's good
Yeah,
graces.
I mean, we can say no. I can say
Plus
no.
2, so 14.
14. Okay, as you're passing through, and you see, you hear Ma right behind you, following you from behind, as she made her way easily through the hole, just like smushed your body and just started crawling through. As you're going through, this hole isn't, makes sense. This hole isn't natural. This looks like it was carved out by probably a creature of some kind.
Mm.
You can't discern it, but you know that this isn't a natural hole or a hole made with tools. This is very rough and seems to have been carved out over time, and you see many scratch marks on the side as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you eventually come up to the end of the hole, and as you poke your head out and get your body out, your form reverts back to its original shape, and in front of you, you see a hallway that is about 15 feet wide, and at the other end of the hallway, you see a massive skeleton body
Whoa. Okay.
pushed up against the wall. It is hunched over, sitting down, but even sitting down, its head goes up about 9 feet.
So straight so that the obsidian door just leads into a giant hallway.
Yes, and
Okay.
you see the skeleton has lots of furs on it, as well as metal armor, as well as a helmet that covers its head with a metal faceplates in front of the nose.
Mm.
You see its jaw slack open and one side broken and hanging. And you see it leaned up with its arm over a lever that is pulled down.
Okay.
And you see the obsidian door to your left, right next to it.
Right next to the giant.
Yeah, the
skeleton?
giant skeleton is like its right side is pushed up, like basically up to the door,
Mm.
and its left, and it has its left arm over the lever.
Over a lever. Okay. So.
And then you see Ma crawl out behind you and just.
And you're saying the skeleton's hand is firmly gripped on, or like gripped on,
No, it's like
or just
it's like
slacked off,
if you like
slacked
had your arm slacked over a railing, basically.
over. Okay.
Like if you were leaned up against a fence and you had your arm like just like lazing on the fence.
So I'm assuming there's like a little bit of flesh clinging, or like a little bit of
No.
like decayed flesh clinging to
No,
the.
it is
Okay.
complete white bone.
Okay, all right.
How's that skeleton staying together?
It's okay. It's okay. I am going to.
And before that's
Like-
not the skeleton's not dead.
Yeah, I would. It would kind of like perturb me at first, but I will try. I feel like I should try to like take a finger off, or you know what? I will use one of my daggers, or one of my daggers to just try to scooch off the fingers.
Okay. As you just try to move the fingers aside, you put your knife up against the bones and immediately try to pull it off. The moment you do, as you pop one finger off, you see the skeleton move, and its frame lurch forward.
Wow, that's
And
not cool.
the head turns and looks down at you, and for a second your heart stops, but then you see as the entire skeleton, its body just crumbles and falls to the ground.
Oh.
And now lie a pile of
with
the
the
giant
armor?
bones.
Or does the armor fall off as well?
The armor falls too.
Okay.
Its entire frame, the moment you touched it, completely fell apart.
Okay. That's interesting.
Actually, you know, let me change up the music while we're here. Change up the music real quick.
God, I love Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
That's all you can think right now. God, I love Pokemon.
Hank's thinking.
Mystery Dungeon, at least. Oh, I love me some Pokemon.
I love Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
My favorite.
Dragonrola is my favorite Pokemon.
What? I don't even think I've ever heard of that one.
It's from Black and White.
Oh, that's probably why. Because I fell off after Diamond and Pearl. All right.
But yeah, so the skeleton is now just a pile of bones on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the lever, which is very much above your head. It's about a good foot above your head, but you can lift your arms up and grab it, and grab the lever.
Okay, but he said he pulled it down. It was against the wall, right? Or like
it is against the wall and it is pulled down.
Okay, so I think what I should ask Ma to do is to get hey Ma, oh God, can you get on top of the wall, on top of this thing, and use your web? Can you pull the web up so that you can pull pull the lever up.
Are you gesturing to her, or are you just talking?
Yeah, I'm gesturing like I'll use my hand to act like I'm pulling something up with like a web, like have my hand splayed out and then pull them in as I pull up
Okay.
my hand.
Roll. What would this be?
Performance.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, roll performance.
All right.
Roll performance to see how well you can try to convey this to Ma. Because again, Ma, still a spider, but.
Oh God, so fucking.
Let me just roll. Let me roll to see if she. I'm gonna have her insight you.
I mean, she is a god, Chase. I don't know why you ever doubted
Okay.
her.
You see Ma just kind of look at you very confused, and it takes a little bit of explaining and re-explaining, but you actually see Ma look like a light bulb goes off her head, and she just starts nodding and starts crawling her way up the wall.
God, she's like the most animated character. I can picture her as a fucking cartoon character.
And
Just have eyes.
you see her. She actually gets up on the wall, and she does shoot out a string of web and cling it to the top of the lever.
And you fucking pull it in your ass.
And,
yeah.
Well, she cuts it off, and then she just
and then she grabs it. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
like a normal.
Are you going to be assisting her, or are you going to just see if she can do it?
I can only if I assist, I can only assist like 25% of the way. I'm assuming.
Well, I mean, you can reach up and grab it. You can also try and push and force your weight up to see if that'll budge it.
Yeah, just like budget a little bit, but I mean, I can only do so much.
So I'll say she can either assist you or you can assist her.
I will try to assist her.
This would be an athletics check, but her athletics is not very good.
I will try to assist her because I feel like that makes sense.
Okay.
This is a strength check, Chase. If you think Ma could pass a strength check, I mean...
It is an athletics check, but she doesn't have proficiency in athletics, so it'll just be a straight strength check.
I also don't.
Okay. So you're gonna be helping her. So
I will help her.
Okay. I'll give advantage. Oh well.
Oh, my bad.
She's the one who's rolling. She's the one who's rolling.
Okay.
So she's got advantage on this.
16. I mean.
Okay, that is just enough to pass. So as Ma starts using her her legs to start pulling and tugging on this web, you get up underneath the lever and put your hands up, and with one great force, just jump and push up against the lever, and as you do, Ma pulls as well, and the web snaps, but the lever just swings all the way up.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Everyone outside, you hear let's make noise suppression will probably fuck this up. So let's
turn that off.
Yeah. So everyone outside, you hear as the stone grinds against itself and starts to raise up into the top of the tunnel.
Oh, so that's how it works.
And you all look, and you actually see Samael, who had actually been standing in front of the doorway all this entire time, looking at the runic sketchings and the door itself. And you saw him looking up and just having a hand on his chin and an arm crossed against the other, just looking.
Yeah, Dalkin will definitely come up like as soon as he starts hearing the door open. I assume it's pitch black in there.
Yeah. You look you see Hank, and you see the pile of bones on the ground. Basically, to give you an image, a femur bone from this thing is the size of your body.
Wow.
Well, more like the size of Hank's body.
Okay.
It's not that big, but they are big.
Well, firstly, Dalkin will look around for Ma, and then when he spots her, he'll hold his arms out for her to jump into.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she does. As you hold your arms out, she jumps off the wall and into your arms, and then crawls on your back.
I assume you did. Thank you, Ma. Thank you. You did a wonderful job. Is there anything like just in the entrance that like is being illuminated that can be seen on the inside, or is it
There
just
is
nothing?
there is no light.
Hmm.
But most of us have dark vision. I think, right?
I've got dark vision, and Dolkeen has the goggles of night.
I have dark vision. Does Vashana have dark vision?
Vashana casts light.
Oh, okay.
Problem
Well,
solved.
Angelina
There we
does not
go.
have Angelina does not have dark vision either. Samael has dark vision because elf. You see him looks like, very interesting. A monolithic door like that. I would not think it would raise up like that. The giants were definitely very crafty bunches, I see. Of course they would be.
I wonder what they got connected to that thing.
Isaiah, when are you going to let me use my historical knowledge ability?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and roll it if you want. If you want to do a history check as you're looking inside.
History? Where the hell? Where's history?
Well,
there
what
we go.
are you specifically trying to? Are you specifically just trying to? What was your thing do again?
It just says whenever you enter a ruin or a dungeon, you can correctly ascertain its original purpose and determine its builders.
Well, builders, giants,
Mhm.
obviously,
Uh-huh.
but as you get a look, you see a massive hallway that just leads into the mountain, and you actually see that slopes downward, kind of at an angle, but not too steep where you guys would slip and fall and start sliding through.
Okay.
I'd say when you enter a room, from what you can tell, this could probably have been a home for giants at one point.
Oh boy. And there's just
From just a first glance and your thoughts and seeing a giant skeleton just propped up against the wall.
and considering we can't see anything else, I would just be like,
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd say you wouldn't have enough information to gather anything else, but from just that you can assume that this probably could have been a home for giants.
Yeah, and I would definitely call like Samael over and be like, Samael, because he said he's also an archaeologist, and be like, what do you think? What do you think that this place could have been used for? I see that there's a giant skeleton propped up on the wall there. Is he? Hank, did you do that?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
he
Wait,
definitely
what?
did not. He definitely did not kill that giant, my dear friend Ulkin.
Wait,
The thing has been dead for quite a very long time.
I'm just really good with daggers.
I mean, I did indeed fail it.
I would need to investigate further to ascertain anything about this, but there definitely is some foreboding thoughts going deeper in. But with a group like us, I'm sure we'll be fine.
Oh, you know what? Tolkien's immediately gonna do. He's gonna look up at the ceiling.
Look up, okay? Is there anything you're looking for in particular, or are you just looking around?
Just around, because the warning said from above, so Tolkien is looking up.
From what you see right now, it is a smooth tunnel that leads
good.
further inside.
Awesome. And the last thing Tolkien would do, and somebody else can take the reins, is just like while everyone else is like funneling in and doing things, primeval awareness, just to see if there's anything inside or if there's just the birds outside.
All right. You do prime. So is there anyone else going to do anything or say anything or look at anything?
Vashana from the air will just do a good once over, making sure there's not like any visible traps or anything.
That's what I was gonna do. So you know what? I mean, you could help, or I could help you.
On what?
Finding
We're
traps in
looking for
here.
traps.
I would probably help you because I'm assuming you have
Okay.
a better
It's
investigation.
If you're looking for traps, go ahead and that's be investigation check.
All right.
Yeah, I'll give you advantage.
Advantage, poggers. All right. Oh, didn't even need it.
So, Hank, you do not see
Uh,
anything that would resemble any traps from your knowledge of what traps could be here. You don't see anything, but you do see on the giant's person, you do see an odd mixture of tools on it and weaponry
Oh.
as well.
oh,
Nothing you can use,
Oh.
unfortunately, because they are very big. But you do see
fair.
under the pile of bones, you do see several different tools, picking tools, and you do see string.
Oh.
You do made of what looks to be like a silk-like material.
Mhm.
And you also do see several very large crossbow bolts as well that were on this thing's back on its while it was on the wall,
Okay.
and just kind of in a pouch.
Crossbow bolts can't be used as arrows, right? Like just
Well,
normal
not
arrows.
these ones. These are giant size.
Oh, okay.
You would not be able to use these.
You might be
So
able-
I can't. Can I use the string though?
Yes,
How
I'd
much?
say you
How much string is that?
you get about a good 50 feet of silk string. Or
50
silk,
feet. All right. 50 feet of what?
silken string.
50 feet of silken string. I like the idea of Hank having like a giant hammer.
a giant crossbow.
Like not like a war hammer, but just a giant like construction like just a hammer, like the hammer with the nail puller on the back.
Yeah,
Like
I know.
just a giant one that just towers
I know what
over
you're
him.
talking about.
Yeah, so just like a fucking hammer that's like just 3 times the size of his whole body, and he's
I
just like
gotcha.
carrying it like.
Oh.
All right, yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
Dolkian,
Mm-hmm.
you sense. Well, obviously you sense in the 5 mile race you have monstrosities up higher in the mountains and also on the mountainside opposite of you. You also sense monstrosities that are particularly a little closer. You sense some that are within the vicinity inside the mountain.
Oh.
You get ones that are firstly above you, about not too far, but a good ways above you.
Mm-hmm.
And you also get a sense of some further down.
That's worrisome.
The interesting thing is that they're kind of spread apart from one another. No one, the only things that are close together are there are the sense of 4 that are above you that are kind of close together. But what's curious is that the other ones seem to be a little more spread out farther apart from one another.
So, Dalkin will just assume that the ones that are 4 are the big pigeons in the sky. How close
Yeah.
are the closest ones above and below?
What do you mean?
Like,
Which one's closer?
Yeah, like which one is closer?
The ones above you.
And by how much would you say?
Like how close they are.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'd say about half a mile.
Okay.
They are pretty deep within the mountain.
I mean, that's still pretty close.
But they are above you, and like I explained before, the tunnel slopes downwards.
Yeah. So Dalkin will definitely point that out. I'll be like, so there are a few monstrosities in the area. There is some giant flying pigeons outside. There's just a few of them, but I don't think they're gonna come in here. Although I did feel that there is definitely something down below us. More than just one thing, but they're very spread out and not together. So maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, no, it did say from above they come,
And there
So-
was some things
but
above us.
nothing has
It's-
come from above us though.
Well, it didn't say they. It said it, singular.
Oh,
Well, we're coming from above, so shall we
go from above and go down?
I'm okay
Yes,
with
let's-
that.
Yes, let us make our way. Is anyone wishing to take point on this?
Think the one who can check
no,
the
no.
traps should?
Yeah.
I think
I
Hank
was-
should.
I was going to say, not to flex on you, but
Yes, you're very good. Go on ahead.
I am a rogue after all. All right.
But
I feel so much safer if it's Hank here.
Vishana just floats down. Yes, you're very good. Pats him on the head and bumps him on the butt. Now get going already.
You're just jealous. And then I pop out my collar and then, stand out with a barrel chest and walk down the hallway.
Vishana still floating on her broom like a good 15 feet above Hank. Yes, I'm jealous of the short one who can't fly.
Just envious of my powerful stature. All right. So we're going down into the depths.
Dalkin's definitely gonna go with you.
Okay.
That's. I'm assuming you're asking the party. I mean, I can say.
Oh,
yes,
no. Away we go.
Yeah. Going.
Wait,
Actually, does Samael protest to not want? I mean, I thought he was gonna want to go first.
No.
No,
Hank is ready to
I will
do
not
something.
let him go first.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't.
Samael politely asks if he can be between all of you.
Well,
that would be best, I
That's
think. Put him in the
fine by me.
middle.
they'll stay close though. Could be
Dalkin,
traps
Dalkin
around.
and Ma can take up the rear if nobody wants it.
Yeah, I'll be behind Hank.
Yeah, you're damn right you will be.
Lead the way.
Hank struts forward.
Okay.
And now,
You all start descending your way into the tunnel. You all make your way downward, and it is a pretty straight, narrow path that does wind every now and then. You all, the fuck?
I apologize. That's my baby brother.
Okay. You all wind in one direction and then wind in another direction. But it stays fairly straight for the most part, and it does go at a considerable decline down. And you start walking for quite a bit. Your footsteps echo throughout the tunnel, deep into the cavern, and it is pitch black in here.
Do we see anything on the walls or the ceilings as we're going down here?
As you're going through, it is smooth stone.
Smooth stone. Okay then.
But as you're moving, you walk for quite a while, and go ahead and roll your investigation check if you're trying to look for traps. Okay.
Same with Hank.
Hank, you guys travel for about an hour and a half, making your way through this tunnel that seems to just keep going on and on and on. You have no idea when it's going to end. When eventually you find something that catches your eye as you're just being very careful and cautious while moving your way through. What catches your eye first is that you look on the walls and stick to the walls, and your hand rubs. You rub your hand up against a wall first, and then your hand slips through the wall for a second. And as you look, you see a hole about the size of a gold coin. You can fit 2 fingers inside of it. Then you look at it very curiously, and then you look at another hole and another, and you look at the wall, and ahead of you seems to just be an entire wall full of dozens of different holes.
Ooh, that doesn't sound good.
And as you do, you take a step forward, and your foot catches something, and you look down, and you see a string.
Uh-huh.
He keeps walking.
Well, I'm assuming that I'm not supposed to, like, I'm supposed to tell everybody, like, hold up, there's something here, and then
Well, that's that. Well, if you're gonna do that, do that.
okay, well, I'm feeling some holes around the wall right here. And I think I have dark vision, so am I
You
able to
do.
see these holes? I'm able
Shauna
to...
still has her light, so.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah,
All right, I
and
noticed
you
that.
point that out, and Vishana brings her light forward, and there are several dozens of holes that go down quite a considerable way throughout this hallway, on both sides of the hall.
Okay. Uh, and now if I'm looking sort of near the ground, okay, is there any way that we could go under all the holes, or like crawl under the holes or anything?
You look, you do not see any way to get past these. They seem to go from the floor to the ceiling.
Hey, all right. So you said on the floor. I did. Was this after my foot caught or before my foot caught?
You would be doing the same team. Your foot just barely grazed up against what felt like a string. You look down, you do see a very thin wire going from one end of the hallway to the other.
Okay. So, and we're before all the holes in the wall, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no. You are about where the hole started. There are quite a couple between you and the string for about 5 feet behind you.
Okay.
Holding the light up, how far can I see the holes go?
How far out does it go?
Uh, I believe it's bright 30, dim 60
It
additional.
goes. You see that goes the full. You see that goes the full 60 of the lights down.
Oh, excuse me. It's bright 20, dim an additional 20, so it's only 40.
Oh, so you see it goes down a full from as far as you can see, it goes down a full 40
Mm.
down.
Vishana, still on her broom, will just look down at Hank. Just don't move. I'm gonna see how far they go.
All right.
And she'll fly down the tunnel.
Okay. Roll a perception check as you're making your way down.
Okie dokie. 18.
Okay. As you are flying and making your way down ahead of the group, you start just looking from side to side, and you suddenly come to a screeching halt as in front of you, you see another string that is up higher on the wall, and you stop, and it just barely just comes in front of your face as you start flying.
Whew. Go down underneath it and keep going, and just really slowly keep my eye out for more string.
Okay. Roll me another perception check.
Can I get advantage because I'm going real slow?
Can we get out of the range of the holes, by the way? Like move backwards
You
a
can.
little bit?
You take a couple steps backwards, and you are no longer within the vicinity of all these holes.
Okay. I just want to make sure, like, you know, if there's a possibility of these things being triggered later on.
Yes. The
Yeah.
first one seems to be the wire was intentionally placed when you were walking quite a few feet in front of these holes.
Okay.
And roll me another perception check, Vishana.
Boy.
Oh
Ooh,
my
21.
God, it's insane.
He's amazing.
Yep, you keep flying through, and again, you go about a good 100 or so feet past the group, and you come across another one of those strings that is kind of in the middle of the tunnel. But you look, but as you look past it, you see that about 20 feet past where that last string is, that stands about 5 feet over the ground. Probably perfectly to catch someone off guard. You see that the holes do end.
Okay. So we're the string that was up near the top and the one that was like 5 feet off the ground were the only ones I've seen.
Besides the first one, yes.
Okay. So I am going to fly up alongside of the one that's, wherever it's at, the 5 feet off the ground. And I'm just going to. Is there like a hole nearby it, or is it is it next to a hole, or is it in a hole?
What's next to the hole?
Where it connects to the wall, the string.
There are smaller holes that the string connects that goes into the walls.
Okay. Is there an open hole nearby it?
There are many open holes nearby him.
Is it big enough that I can fit a torch in?
No.
Okay.
It is not. They are about basically a hole that you could only stick 2 fingers inside of. They are that big. And there are numerous amounts of them all across the walls.
Okay. In that case, I am going to take my dagger and cut off a portion of one of my torches, just big enough so that it has enough to burn, and I can stick it in the hole, just to mark where this wire is.
Okay. So basically, you're whittling down a torch where it's thin enough they can stick it in one of the holes.
Yeah, just the base of it, whittle it down so I can stick it in there, so it still has room to burn, and it's burning as close as I can get it without actually being near enough so that like embers will drop down and trigger anything.
Are you doing it? Are you doing it right next to the hole, or right next to the wire?
As close as I can get it, safely.
Okay. Do a sleight of hand for me, real quick, then.
Sleight of hand. Ugh. Ugh.
Uh-oh. That's not a good sign.
So you try to stick it in one of the holes, as close as you can, to the string, with the flame going off. But as you get it a little too close.
I wouldn't light it until I put it in the hole.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, so you put it next. So, well, you do get it in, but you light the torch. And it seems to burn. But you put it into a hole that seems to be a little closer to the string that you think. You light, and as you do, the heat from it seems to affect the string as it starts to seem to whittle down in size on the edge closest to the hole. And seeing that, you instinctively just go and put out the fire, as it seems to be starting to melt the string, just the heat alone.
Okay. The torch is still in the hole, though.
Yes, the torch is still in the hole, though.
As long as it's there and I can look for it when we come back, we're fine. And then I will fly back to the string that I fly super slow just below where I saw the string last time until I see the string again, because I know roughly where it's at.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me another perception check, as you're flying around.
Okay.
As you're flying back.
Fuck me.
Nothing else seems to. Your mind and focus is on the strings that you have come across, and these 3 strings are the only ones that you've seen, so you don't focus much on anything else. But you do get back to that other string, and I assume you do the same one for that one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna light it. I'm gonna whittle, put it in there, just leave it.
Okay. If you have torches, just remove them, because you're
Yep.
you're basically like splitting in half a torch, and then
Yep.
But you do so, it's easy enough, and then you fly underneath it, and I assume make your way back to the party.
Yeah, I'll come back to the party and be like, okay, so it goes for a good maybe 200 feet. My eyes aren't as good as probably some of yours. So I was able to find 2 other strings.
Okay. Well, if you guys want, so no one accidentally trips over the first one, I could, and then she holds up her hand, and and a ethereal hand pops up in front of her. We could stand back, and I can pluck it, and we can set off, and be safely away from it.
You know, I was just gonna ask if you pulled any of them, but you know, uh, that sounds like a bad idea. But I would love to learn
I
what pulling
I
the strings do.
I'm afraid to pull it. I don't know if
think
it's a
we should.
continuous.
This would probably be a bad
should
idea,
not.
considering she was in the middle of all of them.
And I don't know if they're continuous or not. Or, if something comes out of them and it's like a continuous back and forth, or if it's just a one-time ha, and then it's over,
Eslar, you were gonna say something?
I don't think we should touch these strings. At all.
Well, should we at least maybe pluck the first one to see what they do? So we might be ready for what happens if the...
I wouldn't, just in case it sets off everything along the way.
Well, yeah. See, I was a little curious about that, and while you were flying off, checking out the later parts, I thought to myself about a way that I can test this theory that maybe the wires are the ones that are doing it. So so then or the wires set off this trap. So I'm thinking that I put a little bit of oil underneath the a little bit of oil underneath the wire. Oh my god.
Use your words.
Yeah, I know, right? A little bit of oil underneath the wire, light it, run away, and the fire burns the card.
Well, both myself and Angie can just do it via magic.
Yeah, and
You can do that.
she waves her hand. She waves her hand again. I would at least feel safer if we could at least set the first one off, and us be but good. We can be 30 feet away from this, and hopefully it just
30
sets off that
feet?
one.
Oh, my dear. And my invisible mage hand will just kind of caress her cheek. I can be 60 feet.
Oh, if you would not mind,
Of course.
then.
Well. Before we begin, let's all come to agreement. Estelar,
I suppose if they really want to pluck it, I will stand very far back and let them do it.
you know, I'm just insanely curious. I was just like, I would just block it, but like, you know, I don't want to get hurt. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure to like stand back where Estelar's standing. So just in case everything explodes.
All right.
Vishana just looks down and watches as Samael just runs the fuck away.
No, Samael's actually just been staying behind you guys, just watching and listening very intently.
You don't have,
What was that?
What?
he doesn't have anything to say about this?
He's just been listening to all of you.
Well, if it's continuous, now's as good a time as ever to find out.
All right.
Yeah, we're
Well-
gonna back up.
Yeah,
Alright.
we are all gonna back up.
Yeah, but when you guys start backing up, Samael does the backup with you, and Angelina gets very far away too.
We'll go to the 60 feet, and then Dolkin will go another 20 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go there with Dolkeen.
You know, just in
Okay.
case.
Then Angelina follows you and goes to where you are.
Before-
I will also follow, just so that everybody's far enough away, so that if anything bad happens, it's only one person that gets
Yeah,
fucked.
only Vishana dies.
Vishana dies.
Before I go back with the rest of them, because I can't see if I go back that far. Because I don't have dark vision.
Dolkin will
Well,
hand
not have the light?
if you use the light cantrip, you can like put it on like a rock.
Yeah,
and leave it there
that's
as a
what
marker.
I was going to get to that. Zach.
Oh well.
I was taking a breath.
Okay. Well, it just sounded like you
No,
were stopping.
No, I was taking a breath. Before I go back with the rest of them, I'm just going to take out one of my daggers and just cast light on it and put it into the ground.
Oh, I was just,
Okay.
Tolkien was just gonna hand you his goggles of night vision, but I guess that works.
Well, you are already leaving, so and Vachana didn't
Yeah.
say anything about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone is a comfortable it's a comfortable distance away, and you can see as you go back, you can see the lights and the just now that you know where it is, the very subtle glint of the string.
Yeah. And Mage Hand will go out and think.
Okay, as you pluck the string, nothing happens.
You gotta pull it again.
It snaps.
Oh.
And nothing seems to happen.
Vashana will listen.
Could you
Okay, roll perception check.
16.
All right. Seeing that nothing happens, you listen, and it's a little subtle, but you hear down the hall just like the banging of stone. You hear a few distinct sounds of stone just grinding and stopping very quickly, and that's all you hear.
Did you do it?
Yes,
I-
I broke the string.
You're not dead, right?
No.
Did anything happen?
I hear multiple grinding of stone, but I can't see anything.
What?
Hank, you're a
I guess I'm up.
you're a stone grinder. What does that mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah. See, I don't grind any stone, cow. I'm just a rogue,
I'm just cunning with stone.
just cunning with stone.
Um,
You see, us dwarves don't know everything that rocks can do, but we do a lot of things with rocks. I'll tell you what. Tell you that for free.
I don't mean to be rude, but could you possibly check the holes and see if something's happening inside them?
You know what? I didn't notice that I could actually do that. All right. Wait.
Don't-
Oh wait, that's not the same thing. But can I do that? Does that? Well, that. I mean, I guess I
Are you just gonna look into the holes?
use stone cunning to just
No.
to check the. Yeah.
No, not for this.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine that would do anything. I don't know.
I
what-
mean, literally, like, just look inside them with your eyes.
oh my god.
Dalton put a hand on Hank's shoulder. It's just like, well, I had to come. There had to be a time, Hank. I'm gonna be real sad if we never see you again.
Can we I don't know, maybe put the Magus Familiar in there, the little ferret.
You see Angelina just huff and it's like, I'll do it.
What? No,
And start moving forward as you're arguing.
No, wait. I'm the one.
If you don't feel comfortable doing it, if you're gonna argue about it, I'll do it, Mr. Hank.
Oh, well, I'm the one who's supposed to be looking for traps and doing that. Fuck it, I'll just.
It's
I'll
just
look
that I hear the stones grinding, so I think it might be something in the small holes that's either, like, shooting out or grinding something.
All right.
Yeah, it was
damn
good.
it.
It was good knowing you, Hank.
Shut up, cow.
Just, be
Yeah,
careful.
Alright.
Yeah, we'll be here.
Aaron, I will look inside of one of the holes.
Angelina does come up with you, Hank.
Okay.
Okay,
Do I do an
roll-
investigation?
Roll investigation. Uh, 11. You look.
Is
you
she
look
helping me
inside-
or no? Or is that
did you
even
want
possible?
assistance or did you?
No, I didn't.
Okay. You look in. You get up to the edge and just look inside one of the holes. Looking inside them for the first time, you do see pointed edges of what looks like
A dart.
crossbows.
Okay. And then after I see that, I pull my head back. We're like, yep, that's exactly what I thought. It's arrows. It's arrows. Why would I think it wasn't arrows?
Oh, that makes sense. I guess they must have already been in there before. But why didn't the string set him off?
Maybe, have you thought that maybe they're old?
Vishana will listen. Does she still hear the same sound?
There's silence.
Maybe it's been here too long, and maybe they I don't know, don't work.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna try something if you don't mind. And she summons her mage hand again. And let me roll this for her.
Oh.
6.
Yikes.
So
Yikes.
what you see is she starts using her mage hand, and she starts using it and patting up against the walls around you guys, and then the other side, and then finally decides and starts putting the mage hand like against the ground, just like pushing it up against spots, but she doesn't seem to find anything. I thought there might have been something else that probably would have done it.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
all good.
Dolkin call it to Hank. He'll be like, "You good?"
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm
Oh.
fine. I'm just saying, this is a head scratcher.
All right, I think it's safe, SLR. I'm.
No.
I don't quite trust this, but
I wouldn't recommend
Yeah,
it
well,
being
here-
safe.
Well, you see, Hank didn't take any damage, so that must mean, if he didn't take any, we're definitely not going to be able to.
Well, one thing as well, Vishana was flying through, but do you think I was thinking maybe the ground might not be safe to walk on.
I mean, I don't think any way is safe, honestly. If there's gonna be string, if people are gonna find carrots that are supposed to be connected to this trap, I'm assuming,
Mm-hmm.
then I mean, I think maybe they might have thought about people flying, and that's why Vashona found them.
And Hank, yeah, Dolkin walks up again. He feels that it's safe now that Hank has went and stuck his head over there, and Dolkin comes up and he's like, Hank, I had a wonderful idea. If this place was built by giants, why the heck is there a string for like you people height?
There would also be strings up high for regular giants.
Yeah, and I don't see any strings up there.
There are.
Maybe they were trying to protect this place from all kinds of people, all kinds of species.
Well, there are strings up high. They're just further down.
Wait, in the hall?
Yes.
This hole again does not look natural, right?
What doesn't look natural?
Like, does the hole not look natural?
What, the tunnel?
The
or
hall.
holes in the wall?
The holes along the wall?
Yeah.
Holes along the wall.
No, they're definitely not natural. And you guys, as you guys sit there for a second, you see Samael just sits in the back and just stares for a second, just looks very intently ahead. You see him actually go to the side and pick up a rock, a very hefty looking rock, and about the size of both his hands together. You see him actually walk up and look to all of you. Would all of you mind standing back real quick?
Oh, gladly.
Oh, what you got grinding in that noggin, elf?
Well-
The culprit, I believe, and he tosses the rock into one direction. You see it smack up against the floor, and you actually see as it smacks up, a piece of the ground actually divots into the floor, and then you see all the arrows immediately start flying through the air.
Was Vashana out of there?
Vashana hadn't gotten all the way up past the fucking holes yet.
Oh,
Yeah, no. Samael, no one was was in the area. So Samael, he tosses that rock and it smacks up against the ground, and then you see as the arrows start flying through each hole on either side, repeatedly smacking into the wall and breaking and splintering off, and you see sparks from the iron heads smacking into the wall, and it lasts for several seconds before it dies down.
The like pressure plate they activated. How big was it?
It looked like it blended into this. It looked like it blended into the stone. But as you look now, you see that there's just a very slight divot of stonework, about a square space of stone, that's divoted into the ground.
So again, it's like very tiny, right?
It's about
That's how big
it's
this
about
is.
it's about a 5 foot square.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
Dalkin will just be like, why are all the traps in here set up and like only accessible for like tiny people that obviously would step on these things? If this place is made by giants, wouldn't they set up traps for like other giants trying to
Yeah.
break into their house?
Did giants walk, my friend Dolkin? They could step on that as well.
And also, Cal, I mean, it doesn't matter why they did it. All that matters is that it works on us. That's all we got to focus on.
I'm fairly certain that they would have some sort of shut off as well. It's just I would have no idea where it is.
Miss Vashana,
Yes.
you said you heard a bunch of stonework coming up. You said grinding after you plucked the string. Yes.
Yes.
Perhaps that might have been it. I'm
Just-
not sure about the other string, but what if the string was merely a decoy and it's triggered the pressure plates?
Hmm.
That is my theory. That is my theory.
You know what? How much confidence do you have in that theory?
I would say enough confidence for us to take a look at the ground as we're walking our way through.
Well, in that
And
case,
Let
Vishana.
us not try our luck with the strings higher up, off the ground.
Uh,
We're,
Then-
we're uncertain if those could actually be triggers as well.
Vishana will fly down, scoop up Angie, and will fly down the hallway, keeping an eye out for any additional strings that might be lurking about, and the two that she has marked.
Okay. As you do, you see actually Samael very confidently start making his way down the hall as well. Yeah,
Wait, he's just gonna like walk over the holes?
Actually entering it for the first time. He's walk over the holes. The holes are in the wall.
We walk over the holes on the
Yeah, what do you mean
wall.
walk
He
over
walks
the
on.
holes?
Oh, sorry. I thought that they were like everywhere.
Yeah.
Not
No,
just like
they're
on the
on the
wall.
wall.
No,
Like
they're on the wall.
everywhere.
No, they're on the wall.
Okay. Well, either way.
Yeah, you
So
actually
he's
see him very
walking?
confident- You actually see him very confidently just start making his way down the hall. Now he seemed to stay back before letting you all do the investigation. Before making his own assessment, is now walking very confidently down the hall.
Okay.
If he
alright.
looks confident, Dalkin will believe in that confidence.
I think I'm catching on why. I mean, this guy found the action of a trap that I didn't. So, I mean, at this point, I kind of feel like I'm trusting him a little bit in this. Just, yeah, sure, you know what you're doing, Elf? Jesus
I'm
Christ,
very-
fucking evil.
I'm very sure of what I'm doing. I would not have lived this long if I did not know what I was doing.
I'm really fucking evil for a second.
I'm just very impressed by what the giants have done here. This is very unusual. I would not expect traps to be made in a giant's home.
And yeah, just walking confidently. Okay, go ahead.
I get the feeling they might be hiding something here that they don't want people to have. Very intriguing indeed.
Is that what you're after?
I don't know what I'm after. I'm just making judgments and assessments based off what we've seen so far.
I don't think anybody's hiding
What-
much of anything here. I don't think they're alive
what
to
were you-
hide things.
What were we saying? What were we saying, SLR?
I was gonna say that I want to incite him when he says that.
Okay, go ahead and insight.
But he's like, I don't know what's down here.
Whoa! Jesus.
25. You look at him. You look at him, and as he says those words, you get the feeling he's being at least partially honest.
Partially honest.
Not
Okay.
again.
You get the
Yep.
feeling that he definitely probably doesn't know what's down here, but seems like he's expecting something.
Seems like he
Okay.
knows something.
He's got an idea of
Gotta
what he
guess.
is going to see.
You're not sure, but you get the feeling that he probably does know something, but you're not sure.
He might know
Okay.
that something's down here. He just doesn't know exactly what that is.
That is all I will say.
Okay.
Then.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
But you guys continue making your way down, and Vishana, go ahead and roll another. Just do a perception check as you are making your way down.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Okay.
Oh,
You said you were looking for strings specifically.
Yes, or anything that's going to be in my path.
Anything that's in your path. So you follow through, and you have the ones that were marked on you. Going through, you definitely do see that there is a secondary string underneath the first one that you saw that is also against the ground. But other than that, that is all you see regarding strings inside of this hallway.
So, like where fucking where Samael is walking, there's another string.
No. Deeper in the one that was higher up, about 10 feet off the ground.
Oh, okay.
Another one that's directly below that, the one that you marked.
Okay.
But aside from that, you see nothing else. And you see Samael, who is let me roll. Let me go ahead, everyone, as you're going through. Roll perception checks.
Okay.
I don't even know what you tried. It's my best start.
God, it's just such a good start.
Oh, what did I tell you?
It's just such a good start. God.
All right, Ma.
Step the
Oh,
fuck
yeah,
off,
Ma.
Loki.
Ma. Watch, it gets a natural 20.
Uh-oh.
Alright. Ma is kind of just sticking on your back, Dolkin. But as the rest of you start making your way through, you definitely see it is very slight and subtle, but you do see occasionally everyone is able to see this, that there are slight protrusions of the stonework that come out of the ground. They come about like half an inch out of the ground, and it's hard to notice at first, but with the light you do see just the difference in shadows, and just manage to make your way around. And Samael still goes ahead and takes the lead. Do you make mention of the other string to the party, Vishana? Matt?
No.
No, absolutely not. They will
Matt?
die.
I will make sure that they die here and now.
Matt?
This bitch.
I guess Matt's AFK.
Oh,
Well,
or
it's
maybe
like-
he's just trying to be.
No.
a role
This
playing.
is the commitment to the bid. It's not
Yeah,
telling
he's-
us.
He's
the
definitely not saying anything.
He's like this bitch thought she could get away with putting acid on my shoulder.
Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't even paying attention.
Time for her to die.
Yeah, I said your name like 4 times.
No, I'm sorry. I fucking spaced the hell out. Sorry, one of my best friends is on his first date ever, so sorry.
Huge.
Vishana is just going to be floating where the string is as everyone gets there. Straight down. There's another one. Eyes open.
All right, thank you, my dear. And he just very casually steps over. It's Samael and just keeps walking.
Do you need help? Hank?
That's-
I thought that was 10 feet up. So
There is 10 feet up.
Oh,
But
That's
they're
where
all directly-
Vashana's floating.
I thought. Alright, whatever. It's on me.
Yeah, no, there's one on the ground, one 10 feet up. There's two.
Okay.
Yeah, Dolphin's
But
asking if you need
you
help getting
all-
over it.
You all make your. Well, it's literally like it's literally like half a foot off the ground.
That's the bit.
And all right, but you guys keep making your way through the hall. About a few minutes of going through, just walking and making sure you don't step on any traps, and eventually you do come to the end and duck underneath that last string that's on the ground. Easy, you just see it, you duck underneath it. But you get to the end, and then the holes in the wall stop.
That's good.
And you guys safely make your way through.
Big.
Well, that was exhilarating.
Kinda felt a little bit close. At least before Mr.
Samael?
My fucking I was trying to make a phrase like, I don't know, something where like Mr. Big Brain or something over here came over and decided to save us.
Well, don't say that yet. There's still more in here that we're unfamiliar with. There was a reason I was staying quiet. I like to assess the situation before making decisions. And you all seem to have some ideas, and I was going to see how well you all did before I made my judgment.
Would you say we did pretty good?
I'd say you did the best you could. The pressure plates was kind of a whim. Was a whim thought. Yeah. After all, if a string does not make the trap go off, then obviously something else must do it.
Mm.
You know, that was actually going to be my next suggestion. I just didn't get to it.
Yeah.
My,
Whatever.
my apologies. I hope I'm not stepping on your toes.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, it was like my fourth or fifth, but,
I'm sure, my friend. Well, let us venture forth and keep a very steady eye out.
I'm gonna keep a steadier eye than usual out. Hank.
But you all keep making your way down this long corridor, and about another hour passes of walking, and you all eventually do. It takes a bit, but it comes out of nowhere as you guys have been see the wall, but you see an exit point now, as you come up to the end of the corridor, of this long corridor.
Are you saying we see light?
No, you see no light.
Okay.
But the darkness kind of opens up from, you can see the walls, but then you get to a point where the walls just kind of stop and then just pitch black.
Okay.
You see the end of the tunnel and a passageway open up, and as you all step out, you see a massive chasm.
Okay.
You see the ground below you, just smooth rock that goes out for who knows how big this giant cave goes. You all look up and you cannot see the top of this cave, of this opening. And as you start walking in, you actually hear the sound of crashing water off to the west of you, to your left, as you make your way into this chasm.
I assume we
And-
can't see the roof, right? Or
You cannot see above you.
well,
It is pitch black.
that worries Dolkin. And considering we've been walking for about an hour, means we've made quite a bit of distance down this corridor. He's going to do primeval awareness again.
Okay. You were saying something, Matt?
No, I was actually going to ask Dolkin if he could primeval aware.
Well, yeah, because now that this has opened up more and we're out of the trap zone, or at least a trap zone, Dolkin's like, I felt something earlier, and we've been walking for a bit of a way, so.
I'm
You
gonna be
sense
right back. I'm gonna go to take a restroom break.
you might want to hold off. I'm about to call a
Okay,
break
all right.
soon.
I'm sorry. I will hold off.
Use primeval awareness. You sit down, and you do sense the monstrosities above you, but they are very spread out. It seems that there are about 10 in this room, but they are nowhere close to one another. There's one that's they're all on the ceiling. And as you use primeval awareness, they all seem to go up, and about a good, I want to say maybe 500 feet above you.
Oh. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
that's
It
extremely
comes.
close.
And they're all spread out
Yeah,
at
none of them-
different points.
And
And as you guys start making your way in, you see as you hear this rushing water off to in one direction, you see rubble around you. With the light out as well as your dark vision. As you start entering, you look and you see what looks to be homes made of stone and ice.
Like houses.
Yep. You see structures that are far bigger than buildings you've been, but they are unmistakably buildings. And as you look around, you see there are several that are decrepit and just laid to waste in rubble. The hollow shells of what probably used to be very maybe simple but suitable homes for frost giants. And as you start looking around as well, you don't see a whole lot of what could have been life. Like from what you've seen, like with how old this is probably, there could probably be bones or anything, but you see nothing.
Dolkin will hold up like the party when he feels how close these things are, and he'll just basically grab Vishana's broom to not let her get any higher and be like, "Shh, yeah, there's a lot of things in this room," and then he'll just point up, be like, "And they're pretty close."
God,
I did say there are 10 of them, but they are nowhere close to one
Well,
another.
they're 500 feet. Which again, I assume this place is echoey. Like if we were to make a noise, yeah, so talking be like, I'm pretty sure if we make a really loud noise, they're gonna hear us, and I don't think we want that.
got it. Don't go check how high up the ceiling is.
If you want to check, it's about 500 feet.
You all, and as you're discussing, you see Samael who actually starts moving further into this chasm. He actually goes up to one of the first things, one of the ruined large structure buildings. That's half it's still standing, while the other half of this building is just a pile of rubble, and just looks curiously inside of it. Interesting. I suppose these were these old frost giant homes. Very curious.
How many homes did you say that there are?
You don't know how many there are because you're not even you're not even a fraction of the way through this place.
Oh boy.
It's like I said, this is a big chasm.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are walking through, and from the entrance you see that there are there are two buildings right next to the entrance, about a good 30-40 feet away, but they are ruined and destroyed. And let's go ahead and take a quick break. Let's go ahead and take a quick break and come back.
I am also going to be.
As am I. Okay, I'm back. Ah, I'm alone. Such as solitary isolation. Alright. Is anyone back? Alright, no one still. Bad enough.
Back.
Hey, welcome back. Hey, enjoying the mystery so far.
I'm liking it. I'm sorry I'm not like I feel like I'm not role playing as much as I should be, but I'm
It's
like
fine.
I'm at a loss for like what Estelar would do, and I'm like,
No worries.
well, and I'm thinking, but I'm not good at thinking.
So like right now. By the way, I'm back.
As am I.
So right now, I got a little bit of a weird description thing because I thought we were standing in front of a chasm. I thought we were standing in front of a chasm,
No,
and chasm was.
that was me saying the wrong word.
It was okay. I thought it was a.
It's a giant cave opening.
A
Okay.
giant cavern.
Cavern.
Not it.
That's not chasm.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was also very confused. Like chasm,
Yeah.
like the floor was like going there.
like a giant pit. No, that was me.
Yeah,
because
I was
can't word
imagining like a
correctly.
giant drop off.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
no. So,
As he was starting to describe stuff, I'm like, oh, he meant cavern. Got it.
Samael just
So-
jumped in. He just went head first. And
Yeah.
I was like,
No.
well,
Yeah,
we
no.
failed our mission, guys.
Yeah, no, Samael just went swimming. He just went straight into it.
yeah, no. I meant cavern, not chasm.
Yeah. Can we get a little bit of a change in description? Like just that I can like be a little bit more up to date because I'm still kind of like rocky
we in big
on the
So-
details.
So you are in a big cave.
Uh-huh.
You came out of a hole in the side of a big cave and there is floor in front of you, not a big hole. The cave goes up 500 feet, and
Okay.
immediately next to you are ruined houses, ruined buildings.
Okay. So it's wide. Okay.
Yes, it is
Okay.
wide and big.
Okay, because I thought we were in like a I didn't know whether we were in like the bottom of a cavern and then like there were houses. And I'm like, how wide's this cavern? Or how wide's this chasm? But it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, no, that's just me. That's just me being El Breno, not have.
It's okay. It's okay. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm like being a little bit more active in the role play.
Yeah, I know. I hate it. It's disgusting.
I know, it's fucking terrible. God.
RPing in my role-playing board game?
Or
Here,
tabletop?
I drew an image. Does this look good?
Basically,
Okay.
except
There
the
you go,
house
Chase.
needs to be
That
the house
helped.
needs to be more ruined.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, basically something like that.
All right, all right.
Okay.
And the tunnel you guys came out is a lot bigger than that.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's
Not
it's a-
okay,
it-
Chase.
It's a very accurate description, though.
Who's
Thank
the
you.
person? Who's the person with the horns?
It's Tolkien.
Oh,
So keen.
Here,
Right.
yeah, in
With
order,
the
see,
car.
it's Bishana on the broom, and then
Mhm.
that's Samael, Tolkien, Astelar, is Hank.
It's not an accurate
And
image.
Angelina.
I said Samael was up at the house.
Well, Mike, I'll fix it. Jeez.
No,
Do it.
this is pre-house. This is pre.
Yeah,
This
this
is
is when
pre-house
we-
visit.
This is when we
Exactly.
walked in.
Yeah, this is pre-house visit. And that is now a timeline event. Mark it down. Take notes of it.
Yeah,
House
I-
visit.
It is,
And I think I
it's going-
did a
it's
good
going
job
to
drawing
the
everyone to
notes.
scale.
The house visit arc.
I wonder which ones. I wonder which one's Hank. Couldn't tell you.
No,
Crystal
couldn't tell you.
Eslar is taller than Tolkien.
You will notice that she is, but your horns come up to just about where she
Mm.
is.
Okay.
I
mean-
kept that in mind. Don't worry.
Yeah. Shit, Lord.
All right. So you guys ready to continue, or do you need a second?
I'm good.
ready.
Yeah, I'm good.
Good, Matt.
Mm.
I will take that as a yes.
Matthias.
Alrighty.
Oh, sorry, what?
Are you ready? to
Yeah,
continue? Or
Yeah,
do
no,
you
I've
say-
been ready. I've been ready.
Okay.
We're good. We're good.
All right. So as you guys stand there, you see Samael looking at the ruined buildings that are right next to the entryway, and just looks off into the distance. He's like, "Well, looks like we'll have a bit of ground to cover around here. It seems this might be where they resided at one point."
Ground to cover. That's my department.
I would suggest not getting overzealous, my dear. Again, I do appreciate the enthusiasm, but let us not stray too far.
You know, I
Don't
don't,
get cocky.
how is that you? I don't think I've ever even seen you walk on the ground.
That's the joke, Tolkien. Thank you.
Oh, I get it. All right, I'll laugh next time.
How's it going?
Uh,
How's it going?
Thanks,
You
Tolkien.
see Samael start to continue his way forward, and then he takes a step forward, and then falls.
He falls.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
you see
What?
you see his body disappear as he steps forward and he goes over a ledge,
What?
and then what?
Well,
And then-
time to-
and then-
time to go
and
Yeah, I'm
then-
gonna poke my
and
head
then-
over
and then-
the.
and then you see him. He fell down like 4 feet. he's on his ass on the ground. It's like, oh no, I did not see that.
Samael,
I'm
are
fine.
you
don't-
okay?
Yeah, he stands up, and his head and torso, or half his torso, pokes over the steps. Like, no, I'm fine. Don't worry. And then
Bashana just rubs her temples.
Wait,
God.
was this canonical or was this a joke?
no, because as you guys go forward, you see stairs going down, very large stairs.
Do you think that like they heard like the monstrosity who's above heard his thud to the ground?
Are you asking me?
I mean,
The DM that question.
well, I would imagine like I don't know how much noise he made.
No, he just made a very surprised, and then fell and landed on his ass.
All right, well,
Look, I'll put it to you like this: if I don't cast Thunderclap or Shatter, I don't think they're gonna be able to hear us.
okay. I didn't know if this place was like that echoey or whatever. That like 500.
Not,
It's
unless you guys yelled really loudly, probably not.
with it being this big, more often than not, unless like it's confined, like tight, it's not going to have that much of an echo.
Oh, okay.
Yes, as long as you're not screaming.
Yeah, but
As long as we're not casting thunderclap and shatter.
yeah, but Samael stands up and looks, and it's like, and I guess this leads a little further down. And
Alright.
you look, and then you all look off to the side, and you see, kind of a, how do I describe this? The steps leading down looks to be like I said, a stone stairway leading down, and to the side, you can see that there are kind of like platforms,
Mm-hmm.
like a good way to.
Sorry, I'll do the noise suppression.
A good way to think about it is like it. You guys right now are at the top layer of the staircase, and then there's a bit of flat space that leads and has enough space for the houses to be, and then a ways down is about the same thing where there seems to be houses. It seems to be level. It seems to be leveled where there are several ruined and decrepit houses on each level.
And the stairs are like immediately upon entering the house, right?
What?
Because when Samael
No.
went over to the house, right?
What?
No, what it is instead of the ground being level, it is a staircase that we're on.
Okay.
So did he fall onto like the first step of the staircase?
Wait, say that again.
Like he fell and now he's like sitting on like the first stair on the staircase.
Yeah. So let me just create a new page real quick so I can paint a picture for you guys.
Oh, I get it now.
So basically, let me just draw real quick. So basically, this was. That's not
Oh,
right.
sorry, that's me.
That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to draw freehand. So basically, this is where the cave was,
Mm-hmm.
and
I'm sorry, I'm back.
you guys, there was a drop off right here,
Yeah.
and
That's
it's
where
like,
he fell.
and that's where he fell. And there's like stairs going down,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's like a flat space down here, and then stairs keep going down.
Oh, so there's
and,
like
and between the spaces here, there are broken, ruined
Oh,
houses.
okay.
Oh, okay.
It's like it's leveled.
so it's like a multi-tiered deck going down.
Yes.
All right, gotcha.
Yeah.
Describing things is a little bit tricky sometimes. I understand.
Yeah. I'm bad at describing things.
I
Don't
told
worry.
Ryan.
We
same
understand the layout now, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I was like, it'd probably be easier if I like drew this out real quick to understand.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and the steps are like 4 feet tall. So you guys literally have to climb down them step by step going down.
Oh.
Okay.
Well,
They're very big.
because Tolkien doesn't
Well,
know
unless you're flying.
how... Well,
Yeah, no.
if only
Yeah.
all of us had that luxury. Well, Tolkien, upon seeing him fall and like seeing that I'll have to like scale these down carefully, will take Maul off his back and just let her walk down the stairs at her own like leisurely pace.
Oh yeah, and she does so and manages to. She gets a little farther than you guys. Gets down to the bottom steps and just turns around, waits for you guys. Yeah, but as you guys make your way down these steps very slowly, step by step, you see. Again, it seems to go down for quite a bit, about 5 layers before you stop hitting steps, and then you look around, you see just a. You see solid ground. And each step you guys saw, there was just ruined and decrepit houses that just continued. It seemed like nothing seemed to be intact.
I wonder what caused all of these to be destroyed.
And we haven't
Perhaps?
seen any like bodies, right? Like
Nope.
no.
No bodies.
Mm.
Other than the one at the entrance.
Yeah, then that
Is
one.
there any windows into these houses or?
Well, a lot of them have like half the house gone, so
Oh.
you can easily look inside.
All right. Well,
Maybe
Eh.
something attacked Sam.
do we want to maybe
That's-
like look around
You guys want to look around?
houses?
I
assume.
Dolkin would like to. He definitely
Okay.
would absolutely love to like look around in these homes to see if he could find anything interesting in there.
All right, everyone, go ahead and roll me investigation checks as you guys get to the bottom of the stairwell and start mulling about.
All right, my
Wow.
big ol' +0.
I was just.
Come on, Loki.
Oh!
So I guess I'll
I was
roll
just.
for Angelina too along this.
I was just about to say, I'm so glad I chose investigation as my whispers of the dead thing.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Wow.
Wow.
doesn't really matter.
So for a lot of you, there's really not a lot
Doesn't
that
matter.
you're finding. Inside of a lot of these houses, as you guys start moving around, you guys sit close together, but you start moving in in a few different directions and stay relatively close together and looking around. This kind of goes on for quite a bit. If you were a giant, it probably wouldn't be too big, and you probably could make your way a lot easier. But a lot of these houses are like 3 times the size of like normal houses that you guys would see every day.
Mm.
You look inside of a lot of them. A lot of them seem to have forges. A lot of them stone or ice made tables out of thick pieces of glass. I'm stupid. Ice. What the fuck am I talking about?
Ice made out of glass.
One thing that's noticeable to all of you is that there's also a lot of weaponry here.
I assume none
very,
of it we
very,
can
very
wield.
big, very
Oh,
big
yeah.
weaponry.
Mhm.
Yes.
Beak.
I will say SLR. Roll a history check since you know
Me.
giant. Since you do know giant.
Uh,
Roll just a history check.
Mm.
Okay. So, in your limited study of giants, of just learning the language and learning a little bit of history, you know that there are very different types of giants. Like there are fire giants and storm giants, and obviously the frost giants, and they all have their own. They have their own method and their own way of life. And from looking at all of this and looking at the weaponry, the forges that these people had, and the very simplistic style of all this, you can assume that these people probably focused very heavily on strength and might. But Dolkin.
Mm-hmm.
As you're traveling and you and the others stop and investigate some of the buildings as you guys are passing through, you notice that there's in the center of this very empty space, you know that you guys got closer and came to view of a very temple-like building in the middle.
Mm.
You just quickly make your way over there, bringing Ma along with you. What you see as you go up the very large steps very slowly, still being within a good distance close to your companions, you make your way up to this temple with columns holding up the ceiling that has several holes that have caused rubble to come down into the building.
Mm-hmm.
And you see in the center of this ruined temple, you see what looks to be a throne.
Oh. How?
And
so just
on
from,
and on
like,
the throne
Mhm.
throne around it, you see that there is aged dried blood all
Ah.
across the floor.
While I was walking up, is this the how intact compared to the other buildings is this temple?
It seems to be a lot more intact than the other ones, although it's still aged and decrepit
Mm-hmm.
and has very beaten up. It seems to be held together a lot more sturdy than the other buildings.
Okay. Dolkin, and how far away is like the throne that I'm seeing from the entrance, basically?
Uh, about a good 60 or so feet away from the.
Okay.
Actually, no, it'd probably be, no, probably like 100 or so feet away.
Oof. And the
But
blood is it's clearly there's a lot of it, right? Or
yes, there's a lot of dried pools of what used to be pools of blood that have sunk and stained the ground all across this temple, and you do see the throne. And from your limited view, as you do get a little bit closer, you can see that there is writing on the throne in giant.
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, Dolkin does not know what that says. But Dolkin will go back like near the entrance, because he doesn't want to get extremely close to this thing. He wants to wait until like other people get here. But he'll like take Ma like off his back, and he'll just be like, hey, could you go get Samael and the others? And bring them over here. I definitely want to show them this. I don't think it's a good thing for both you and I to be exploring this when there's blood all up in here, you know?
And she nods and jumps out of your hands and goes to the rest of you. And you see Ma come up to all of you, crawl across the ground, and wave her hands up, wave her two legs up in the air, and just moves them around. Just it looks like and then turns around and starts moving in one direction. Looks like she wants you all to follow her.
Vashana will point it out to everyone. I think Ma found something.
Dolkin found this.
Dolkin found it though.
Yeah. And,
Yeah, I'll follow Ma if she's going somewhere.
Well, I will also follow Ma because it seems like I have been relinquished of my position as big boy trap finder.
Yeah, well, Dolkin saw a big building and needed to explore these ruins. The first thing, like, since I'm like standing near the entrance, is there anything? Actually, I guess should I ask first? I look up. What do I see?
You see a large hole in the ceiling.
From above.
It seems to make up a large portion of the ceiling that has crashed in front of the in front of and to the side of the large throne.
Okay.
Inside of this chasm, inside of this cavern, and inside this temple.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well that's good. I don't see anything up there. That's
Yep.
and there's nothing else like around the entrance. This is clearly just that like a temple with a single throne, like a chair in it.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least
Yeah.
as what I can see right now.
Well, from what you see, yes, but you do see that there are several different large rooms that come out that connect to this large throne room.
All right, Dolkin will wait patiently for everyone because he's itching to explore. And he wants to run in there again. This reminds him of like all the times in the underworld where him and Paul would just go and just like explore a bunch of like very ancient ruins that were down there. But he's just like, you know, if I'm by myself again, if something bad happens, I won't be able to get any help, and then so I'll wait. But he's real antsy to go and start looking at the eggs.
Gotcha. Yeah, and eventually you see Ma come up. You see Ma come up and climb back onto your back as the others follow behind her and enter, and you all see this building and this entryway.
And Dolkin will like bring Estelar and Angela forward and be like,
Angelina.
Angelina forward just enough so they can see the words. And I was like, I came in here just a little bit, you know, before you guys were here, and it'll like point to the throne and be like, what does that say?
What does it say?
So you see written in giant on the throne, right under it you see it says Regnome, he who creates red blizzards.
That's a good quote.
That is a good quote.
That's not a quote. That's a
Oh,
title.
well,
That's a
good
title and a name.
Mm.
Oh,
Good title.
Regnome.
okay.
Everyone, go ahead and roll history checks for me.
Oh, yes, of course. I know this name. This is my name. Well,
Of course I know him. He's me.
Let's roll for Angelina 2, see what she gets.
Oh
And
my
Samael's
goodness.
gonna be like, I was Regnome the whole time.
I'm Regnome. Did you know Samael means Regnome? You all have no idea what this name means. You have never heard this name before, but you actually see
Angelina.
Angelina actually perk up as she's reading that alongside. She's like, Regnome. That is the first frost giant.
First frost giant.
Is it first frost giant?
That is the name of the first frost giant, and who was known as the king of the giants for the frost giants.
And I'm assuming
This probably wasn't a home for the frost giants. This must have been their old kingdom.
so what does it mean by the bringer of red storms?
It is said that frost giants were acolytes of war, and they thrived off it in combats. Frost giants basically reveled in might over everything, and Regnome was among one of the strongest and fiercest giants from what I remember reading about.
I mean, I don't blame him if you're as big as that skeleton in the entryway was. Yeah, I imagine you'd be pretty powerful.
I'm just. We're learning so much, yet I have so many questions. The burning question is, where are all of they?
What about the other question of whose blood is this, and why is it still here?
Well, it's definitely very old.
There's no blood.
Dried.
There's no blood anywhere else in any of the other houses. So what happened to them?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. You see Samael looking towards the throne. It's like, perhaps they have something here that could delve more answers for us.
All right.
If this was the king of the frost giants' temple, perhaps he definitely had something of ledgers or such.
Maybe it's just me. All right. Who's gonna be the first to sit on the throne?
I would
Which-
rather not.
Bashana is already slowly lowering her broom. What? Sit on the throne? No, no one will. Sits on the throne.
Oh dang it!
You sit on the throne, and how do I describe? You're basically sitting with your legs in front of you, just on your ass. The throne is like the armrests on both sides of you are 10 feet away from you on both sides.
Yeah.
And this entire throne is like 30 feet. It's like 30 feet tall.
Yeah. Vashana just kind of scooches all the way to the back of it, leans her back against it, and goes,
It is.
Yeah. When I'm finally there, this feels right. It's gonna be this big.
king.
It is like sitting in the back of a moving truck. If the moving truck was like twice as wide.
And Vashana's just like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's gotta be this big when
Feels
I eventually get it.
Feels like sitting in the back of a moving truck. If the moving truck was a yacht.
Yeah.
Yep, it's gonna be this big.
Basically like a small warehouse size. But you see Samael who actually starts moving into the direction of one of the larger rooms.
Dolkeen will follow him, but he
Yeah,
still has
I'm
his
gonna
eyes on the
follow
throne.
him
He
out.
still wants to be.
Okay.
He still wants to be like Vashana and sit up there.
Okay. Yeah. He looks and he looks at all of you and is like, "Well, I'm going to start looking around and see if I find anything fun."
I'll be with you in order to, watch for more traps.
You said there's like more than one room, right?
Yes, there are 3 rooms.
All right. Dolkeen.
One's in the back of this temple.
Dolkeen will turn. I assume Estel is with him and be like, well, if they're gonna go explore that one, and he'll just point to the other one like on the opposite side, and then he'll be like, if do you want to help me explore that one? And then he'll point to Angelina and be like, and then point to the third door, and then maybe you and Vashana can.
Yes, I think that'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. As long as you're fine being alone with me, Angie.
Okay, how about I go with you inside and start shut up. She starts to very nervously.
Well, the reason I split it up like this is because, like, I don't know Giant, and like I don't know much about Samael, but he might, and so like if Vashana finds something, you'll be able to read it, and then like it won't be like a whole back and forth thing,
Okay. And she just looks up to you, Vashana, and she's red.
I promise I won't bite too hard.
She begrudgingly climbs on your broom.
Yeah, Dolkeen Dolkeen looks at her.
She's just like, if I knew Giant, I would switch places, but
Thank you. All right, so Hank, did you say you were going to go with Samael, or are you going to do your own thing? Jace?
I'll go with Samael.
Okay. Everyone, go ahead and roll investigation checks as you check these different rooms.
Are the doors? Oh, there's no like doors to the room, or
They are open,
We
and
roll
any
terribly.
door that was there is smashed.
investigation? My greatest fucking stat. Ugh! What did I tell you? It's my greatest stat, Isaiah.
Natural 20.
Oh, don't even need any pluses in that stat. Oh.
Okay, and a roll investigation for Angelina. I guess 14. Okay, so we'll start with Hank and Samael. So you two first go into what looks to be a very large bedroom. You see what looks to be a giant bed frame made of stone, as well as lots and lots of, in place of a mattress, just grass and hay that has dried and is basically brittle to the touch. You see several different pockets in the wall that seems to be holding areas, as well as Samael goes around and actually finds a giant wooden box. He kind of like knocks against it and climbs up onto the bed. That's about good 5 feet off the ground, and walks over and looks inside and just like, my dwarven friend, I believe there might be some stuff down here.
What kind of stuff?
Looks to be what? Huh? It's very odd. Looks to be a crown.
I mean, that doesn't sound too far off, considering that we just found a throne. Doesn't
Yes,
sound too far-fetched.
but wouldn't a crown usually be on the ruler?
Now you'd imagine that, but then again, blood is on the throne, so
That is
I
fair.
mean-
That
I
is
mean,
fair.
weirdly,
And
I think that the king might.
he. Okay.
Go ahead.
Chase, I don't know
No,
where
no.
I don't know where you're going.
Yeah, I don't. I was just saying stuff. Whatever.
Yeah, he jumps into the box, and you see him here. Heads up, and you see a an object to get tossed out of the box, and then you reach up and catch it, and looks to be a bronze crown, very big too. It looks you definitely none of you would definitely be able to wear this thing.
Would all of us together be able to wear it?
Probably.
We are the king.
And then we can
But-
all sit on the throne and all wear the crown.
Yeah, sure. But you look at it, and they're actually good. There's a in the crown are 3 onyxes that are embedded into the crown.
You know, if Samael's an archaeologist,
What?
Sorry,
What's up?
You
Oh,
hear what I
the-
said, right?
Sorry, repeat that, because there's a lot of stuff going on around my room.
The crown that you have is very big. Seems to be about like probably like 4 or 5 feet in diameter. Actually, very surprised how Samael was very easily able to just toss this over the box.
you know, if Samael is an archaeologist, he could tell you how much that thing would be worth.
And
You want me to-
there are three onyxes inside the crown, and it looks like to be made of bronze.
What are
Sell
Pokemon
it for
doing?
some good money if Samael doesn't want it.
If
Just
Dalkin
saying,
sees
Hank.
that, you know, if Dalkin sees it, he will absolutely be asking the DM how much that is worth.
Well, I mean, all right. So I catch this, or like
Yeah, it is.
Do
It's
what?
is pretty hefty too.
it's pretty hefty. Okay.
Yeah, you catch it and you immediately just like, oh, just like it just take a few steps back as you're holding this giant crown.
Um. Uh. Kind of
I
a
mean,
little.
I mean,
Kind of a little.
if you don't want to do anything, then I can move on to the next person.
Yeah. I don't really know what to do at this point.
Okay.
So.
Then we're moving on to Vishana and Angelina.
Oh boy.
You go into another room, and it seems to be into another room, and that seems to be a large weaponry that seems to have what looks to be a long decayed forge in one side, as well as a very large anvil. But you see several stacks of weaponry that seems to be broken and shattered in various corners of the room. Well, this is interesting, to say the
Indeed.
least.
I.
But I mean, I would expect weaponry would get old at points, but they seem to be shattered in several pieces.
Well, they were frost giants, so it doesn't surprise me if they made their weapons with, a little bit of frost. But-
Maybe not, but I get the the joke got across.
It's better if you laugh at it.
She chuckled.
Hilarious.
But I'm sorry, I'm just kind of more just in, I guess, work mode right now.
Well, do you see anything of value or intrigue?
She goes over to the stacks of broken weapons, and well, the one thing that catches your eye is a handle, a very large handle that will probably be about like 4 feet in length. It seems to have the blade seems to be shattered at the hilts. It seems to be encrusted in gold, and has a ruby-like gem at the bottom of it that's also quite large as well.
Vashana will go over and try and pick it up with the aid of the broom.
Pick what up?
The hilt.
Oh, okay. You pick it up, and it definitely the moment you try to pick it up, it does weigh you down quite a bit.
It's heavy.
It's it is quite big, but it has and she points, and there are runic etchings into the hilts. That hilt has magical etchings of giant runes on it that look faded and long. I guess dispelled would be an easy way to put it.
Can you tell what the runes say?
Yes, it just the weapon itself seems to be maybe a name. Seems to say Stormbringer on it.
Fucking Dark
But
Souls 3, Isaiah? Come on.
Kind of funny that the Stormbringer is holding Stormbringer, huh? Yeah, you see, that's what you're supposed to do when I tell a shitty joke. Thank you.
But, and she actually, do you mind if you bring that down real quick?
And she
And she pulls out, just a pen, an ink pen, and a few parchments of paper, and just starts writing and starts just copying down the runes on the runes on the hilts. Like, if I can bring this back to Master Wallace, maybe we could probably figure something out about this. This could definitely be very useful, maybe, if we can figure out what this was at one point.
see if you can't find the runes that gave it its magical essence at one point. Perhaps we might be able to copy down the spell or whatever sort of enchantment and
That one's a little bit different. The giant language itself is, I understand, at least as much as I can, but their magic is a different story.
well, runes
I-
are quite similar in multiple languages.
That is true, but we could probably be able to replicate it. And you do see that she does do that and goes to the runes and starts sketching them as well.
While she's doing that, I'm just gonna do a once over and make sure I didn't miss anything else.
Okay. Yeah, you look around and there seems to be nothing of interest inside this room. Everything seems to be broken and unusable.
Cool.
All right, and we get to Dolkin. We get to Dolkin and Estelar.
You managed to pick the bad room. The one with the bugs in it.
You go into what looks to be maybe a study. From your best guess. You see a stone tablet that's embedded into the wall, a horizontal surface that seems to maybe be in place of probably a table,
Mm-hmm.
as well as a large sculpted chair as well, and also several several. What's the word? There are lots of cubbies in the lots of like cubbies in the wall that seem to make up shelves.
Mm-hmm.
You see tablets of stone, several of them on the seem to still be in there with a lot shattered over across the ground.
Are a lot of them shattered, or at least many of them
A
like
lot of-
stowed away?
A lot of them are shattered, and as you guys go up and start looking, these are giant hunks of stone, so you're not going to be able to pull them out, but you do go across the mess, or you go up onto these shelves and start looking at other ones, and they seem to be ledgers and journal notes of this prior civilization. A lot of it seems to be very nonsensical. A lot of it being mundane. A lot of stuff about mundane life. About entries of a lot of entries actually about raids and invasions against dwarven castles.
That they were raiding against Dwarven castles?
Yeah, that they were raiding against dwarven castles.
Any
Okay.
romance ones though, Isaiah? This is the important question.
Yeah, any
No.
romance novels that I
No.
can read to Samael.
Oh.
But Dolkin, as you're looking, you actually start looking as Eslar is looking up at the inscriptions in the shelves. You actually start taking a look at some of the ones that are on the ground that are broken and shattered. And as you start shifting through them, you do spot one that seems to be intact on the ground.
Like no marks or anything.
No, it does have writing in giant on it.
Oh, okay. But the tablet itself is completely intact.
Yes, it is completely intact, and seems to none of the words seems to be messed up. Like you can't read it.
Yeah, Dolgan would just look over it and be like, yeah, I still can't read it. And there's
Did you find something, Dolkin?
First, is there anything around it, or is it just this one tablet?
It seems to be buried underneath all the other broken ones.
Yeah, Dolkin will he'll be like, yeah, I think I found something. Did you find anything? And then he'll start like, ah! And he'll like pulling the other ones off it so you could show it to Estelar.
Apparently, they did raids against dwarven castles.
It wouldn't surprise me if they're that big.
I guess if Dolkin is, signaling, pinging a certain tablet, I'll read it.
Yeah, middle mousing right now.
Yeah.
For you to see it. I was like, yeah, imagine if they were that big, you'd kind of just like step on all of them. I don't think it'd be very hard. Yeah, and as soon as we clean it up, I assume SLR to help get all the other like rubble off of it. You're like, so what's this one?
Well, DM.
You start reading, and the words seem to go as followed. It seems to be a single entry inside of this tablet. They think we're weak, and we can't be trusted. Those damn gods, them and their heavens above. That damn Sir thinking that he stands above the rest of us when he is scared of the mortals. But we cannot help but bend the knee to them, as a greater evil has succumbed us. Begrudgingly, we look over this piece of the king. But I fear that there may be a time when we can no longer.
Piece of the king.
By then, the gods will possibly have forgotten and scorned us by then, us being their mere puppets. But we will overcome, as we have done many times, and the gods will know to fear the giant's strength.
Yeah, make sure you read it like that, SLR.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna read it exactly like that.
That is the entry. Go ahead and roll me a religion check, real quick, both of you.
Okay.
Uh-uh.
Where's my big old +0? It doesn't even matter.
My big -1.
Oh!
Natural
Don't
20.
need,
Okay.
don't need good stats.
Don't need good stuff.
So, Eslar, as you read that, the name that was inscribed by these giants' name was the name Sur. S-U-R. You know, from the limited training you have on your religious studies, you know that Sur... Let me grab his titles. You know that Sur is the god of the sun, of light, and of truth. That is and you know that is the god that stands above all the gods.
Okay.
So this giant was angry at this god for being, making them commit evil of some kind. I assume is what he was getting at. As
No.
he said he's being their puppet. Isn't that what he said?
I thought he was being the mortal. Like they thought that he was being the mortal's puppet.
No.
Okay.
I guess that I I guess that did not come out across the way I thought it would. So I will give a spark notes of what those notes say.
Mhm.
It is an entry by the Giants. You can make assumptions. It is a journal entry that the Giants are angry that they have had to bend the knee to the gods in order to defend against and keep away from what it said a piece of the king.
Okay.
They seemed very scornful. This entry seems to suggest scorn towards the gods, anger towards them, and their disgust at the gods for their inclusion in the mortal lives.
Mhm.
But it also said as well, mentioned that it is, despite their desire not to, it is for a cause that will help them as well. But the entry also fears of a dark future for the Giants.
Mhm. But it also had hope, where he said that they're
The
resilient.
giant, yeah. Yep.
So Doka's be like, what do they mean by like protecting a piece
Oh.
of the king?
And you know what? Also SLR, since you got the nat 20, yeah, you actually, I'll show this depiction of Sir to you guys that I have.
Ooh.
You would see images of this god before.
You could put in Roll20 or on Discord.
Oop, it should be on Discord. Did not show up.
Hold on, let me go over to Discord. I wasn't
I
on
don't
Discord, so.
see it. Where'd you post it?
It's on Roll20. It should be on Roll20.
Wait, it's on
Oh.
Roll20?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
He
My
looks
bad.
a little bit more anime than I was originally thinking in my head.
Certainly.
But,
expect
I'm
that.
here for it.
I'm okay with that.
I like it. I think
Hell
it looks
yeah.
real good. Yeah.
Uh,
I was imagining just like
Very
like a
big
bigger,
photo.
more radiant Hank. But I like this a
Yeah.
little bit more.
I like this better than Bigger Hank.
Giant. I guess I'll make all my gods dwarves then.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Tolkien would just be confused. He's just like, what do they mean by something about a piece of the king? Wouldn't you just have like the whole king?
Dudkin, do you think that they might be referring to a piece of the dreaded king?
Tolkien is just like looking at the tablet and then like looks up straight and then slow head turn to you. We should probably go tell the others before they start like grabbing stuff, right?
Probably.
Yeah, I think it'd be a bad idea if they just like started grabbing things and then all of a sudden, we awaken something that even the giants couldn't deal with.
It certainly seems that the giants did not meet with a good fate, I would think.
All right, you go grab Vashana. I'll run and go to help Hank and Samael.
Alright.
Yeah, no, Tolkien's gonna full sprint.
Yeah, I will as well.
All right.
So I don't know who we get to first, but
Well, I'll say Eslar. You said you going to Vashana and
Yeah, Vashana and
Vashana
Angelina.
Angelina. Okay.
They'll
Yeah.
just like burst through the door. Are you two done in here?
As you burst through the door, Vashana is currently trying to pick back up the hilt. Just, oh, hey, you want to give me a hand with this?
Oh, did you find something? As Angelina's writing in a book.
Just some things that I think that we all should hear.
And that would be.
Just come with me.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Just give me a hand here, would you?
I guess. I'll go help pick up the big hilt, I guess.
Roll a strength check.
Can I?
Roll a strength check.
I'm not very strong, even though I gave Espeler big muscles.
Mm.
Those are con muscles, not strength muscles.
Oh, what does
But
it
who
matter
cares
though?
if you
It
roll
is-
good?
It is a strain, but you do manage to lift this this giant hilt over your shoulder. It weighs like 90 pounds.
Okay.
And Vishana just floats behind you, supporting it, so it's not too much of too much weight.
Let's go.
Okay, and Angelina, who finished writing down her notes, just follows you guys, and Dolkin, you come in and find Hank and Samael, who are now making their way out of the other room,
Oh, hey
with
guys.
Hank holding a very big crown.
Oh, hey. Oh, that's a nice crown you guys found. You guys, we found. Just come with me.
Alrighty.
We found a pretty important message left by the giants, and be careful with that, Hank. I mean, unless you want me to carry it.
Wait, oh, the crown.
Mm-hmm.
No, I can handle it.
But you haven't asked the DM how much it's worth. Now that you've seen it.
Oh, yeah, I will ask when Dolkin sees it.
Isaiah,
Isaiah,
how much
is
does this crown worth?
How much is that crown worth, Isaiah?
Does your ability just immediately tell you?
It
or is
says
there a
art.
roll?
I believe it's just like a range. It just says art or object.
Art or object. You know. it
Of
probably-
art objects more than a
Wait,
century or so.
art
Wait,
objects.
art
It's-
objects.
It's art objects.
Oh.
Just art
Oh,
objects.
then no, they would
Oh.
not tell you how much this.
Oh, okay, never
this
mind
costs.
that.
Yep.
Well, it looks like it's probably worth a pretty penny.
I mean that excites Dolkin. That would pay off the debt.
So, but you all bring the group. Everyone gets back together and forms up in a group with one another. So, what did you find?
We found this big hill.
That is very big.
Dolkin will take them to the stone tablet and then basically just tell them what Eslor told him about what the stone tablet says, and be like, and you know, I kind of got thinking like you can't really have like a piece of your king. You kind of just have like the whole king, and then Eslor was just like, what if it wasn't a piece of the giant king? What if it was a piece of?
Wait.
Hmm?
Tolkien.
Wait.
Yeah.
I'm
you know,
just rem-
Estelar is with you. You don't need to bring him to Estelar, Brandon. You guys are in a group together.
Mm.
I just have a problem because I'm metagaming a little bit right now, but like Samael's here. And you know, we were told explicitly by the prince, like, you know, keep it on the DL, this whole dreaded king thing.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you could stop Dolkin again. Like, if you just
Yeah,
like, put your hand over his
I
mouth,
did.
Like,
I did.
So no, so
Didn't think that through, did we?
Did you just put a hand over Dolkin's mouth as you said that?
I did.
yeah, but stop
Okay,
me from saying things.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess you. The moment Dolkin gets out the word, he's like, oh yeah, and they got something about we were thinking they were finding out a piece of the king, probably not the dread. That you just instinctively just slap your hand over Dolkin's mouth.
Vishana will go, yeah, the dreaded king of the frost giants, right?
Wow.
Angelina, why don't you, give it a beat? Don't say that.
Dreaded King of the Frost Giants.
Was that
his title?
Wasn't that what they called him?
Roll deception check.
Yeah.
That's a.
All right.
Wow. Well, roll the insight. He passes.
Probably.
Yes, I assume that. Assume if he was the first giant, I assume he would be very dreaded indeed.
Well, we've already
But
found
yes.
2 pieces of his memorabilia, as you have the crown there, Hank, and we have Stormbringer here, his old sword. Perhaps
Yes,
we should
indeed.
be careful with these and ascertain if there's any sort of decrepit magic about them or anything that might be negative. Could you look into that for us, please, Samael? I'm not the best with identification magic.
I suppose I could, but I want to hear the rest of the story that Dolkin and Eslar were saying. I assume there was more of it.
Well, was there
they-
more?
They said something about defending against something and not liking having to bend the knee to the gods.
Which god?
They specifically named Sul.
Oh.
Everyone go ahead and roll an insight check.
Do I have to or?
Yep,
Everyone?
Oh,
Everyone.
huge. Huge.
Oh,
Huge.
actually huge.
Huge.
I guess I'll roll for Angelina too.
Huge.
I mean, y'all knew insight was my best stat.
What even is your best stat, Dolphin?
What
Strength
isn't your best stat, Dolkin?
Strength is my best stat.
Everything's his best stats. Yeah, Vishana, you're standing right next to Samael, and when Eslar says the name Sir, you see his hand instinctively flinch and his eye twitch.
Oh, is something off in regards to Sir Samael?
No, everything is quite fine. Why?
You can be honest with me, Samael. I can read minds, you know.
Can you?
Well, to a certain extent, but I know that
Quiet.
Sir struck a nerve with you.
Let me just say that the gods have not been very kind to me in my life.
Oh, I exude that very statement.
Yes, well, yeah, very, interesting, indeed, but,
What specifically about Sir causes you disdain?
I would rather not talk about it.
Well, if it's a problem, we should know. Simply because we are dealing with, relics of someone who bended their knee to Sir. If there's a problem, I don't want you to have any sort of negative repercussions.
Vishana, you actually see Samael, whose face had been very cheery this entire time. His face actually grows very cold as he looks down at you. I said I would rather not talk about it.
He's evil.
Thus is your choice.
And he lets out a sigh. He's like, my apologies. I did not mean to.
No, it's quite all right. We all have our moments.
Yes, he seems to be very taken aback very quickly and just shakes his head. It's like, so, we have these 2 pieces, but I can imagine that that might be what's all that's left in here. There's still the burning question of where all these giants went.
Well, if you could be so kind as to do the identifying and ascertain if there is any sort of negative magic, and if you could perhaps use your infinite well of knowledge to maybe give us an estimate as to how much these are worth, we would greatly appreciate it.
Well, it's an estimate, and he looks to the crown. If I had to put my
No, dude, no, take your time. Take your time. We left the crown out in the main area, didn't we, Hank?
Aye.
So if you would be so kind to go check it for us.
Wait, I thought. Wait,
Isn't
was
Hank
Hank
holding
not,
the crown?
was Hank not carrying the crown?
He super is. Roll a deception check.
Yeah, that's not gonna work because I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
That's why I'm like, go leave it out there, Hank.
Oh yeah, I did. And then I
Walks
scurry
out the door.
away. Oh yes.
So
we
it-
did leave Stormbringer out there though, because that would be too heavy for Estelar to still be carrying and
Wait,
put a hand
no,
over
I'm
Dolphin's
totally
mouth.
still carrying it. What are you
Oh my-
talking about?
Yeah, we're apparently we're a little bit rough on the details of
You see, we're kleptos. We hold on to everything.
yeah. Apparently,
We did.
So Samael just turns to the crown that Hank is holding, and just
While he's turned, I will mind link with Estelar and go, get him the fuck out of here so we can discuss this in peace.
Well, why don't we just wait to discuss this? I don't think that hold on, words are failing me right now. I think it would be hard to get him to leave.
You know,
You-
Dolkin could help with that.
Well, why don't you say you saw something in the other room, and I will take him over there.
Vashana will quick mind link. Like, this is all at the speed of fucking light. We'll mind link with Angie and be like, hey, back me up on this. And we'll go,
And she's like,
oh, that's right. I completely forgot. We saw this broken sword that had the most strange carvings on it. It was amongst the other scattered and broken remains of some broken weaponry in the room that we came from. Angie couldn't ascertain exactly what the carvings were. Do you think you could take a look at it? I don't want to leave anything important behind.
yeah, you see Samael, who's just inspecting the crown while Hank is holding it, looking at the gems, and he turns like, oh, is that the case?
Yes, it was kind of blue colored.
Yes. If you wish, I can show it to you if you would like. It's like, well, I don't see why not.
And
he just
mind link
stands
with
up.
Angie. You are the ultimate wingman. Thank you.
I try, as she's like doesn't know what's happening right now, and she's like, yes, I do think it was buried, but I think we can dig it out. And it's like, oh, certainly, I'll be more than happy to help as they walk off to the other room.
Success.
Oh my fucking god. Oh, why was that so goddamn difficult? Fuck me. Alright, dreaded king, talk fast.
But quieter. Well, as I've said, and I'll explain to them. Like I'll basically just like read the tablet to them again, and then it is. I believe the piece of the king is referring to perhaps a piece of the dreaded king. I do not know what that means, if there is one down here or not, or what.
And did it... I wasn't paying the closest attention. Did it mention where it could be or anything of the sort?
It did not. It just said something about defending against a piece of the king, which does not sound good.
Defending against. Oh no. I think we need to let Conrad know about this.
It might be good to do that.
Well, I mean,
Well-
we have explored this whole place and we didn't find it, so like, you know.
Well,
worst
it
case
could
scenario-
still be here, Tolkien.
Yeah, I was saying, best case scenario, it's still here. Worst case scenario, it's not here.
That's what I'm afraid of. Whatever destroyed this village could very well be connected with it.
Can Tolkien remember? There's no other buildings besides like the ones we've already explored, right, Isaiah? Or
There's still another section of this chasm you guys have not been to.
okay.
Or
We haven't.
cavern.
I actually would like to cast detect magic in this area, just to
Okay.
see if like maybe we missed anything that was magical.
You do not sense any magic in the area around you guys. Actually, hold on. Let me take a look at something real quick. No, you do not sense any magic anywhere.
No,
in
there's no
the-
magic.
in this
Okay.
area. You
Good.
get I assume from the hilt that you guys have. You guys are still holding the hilt. So you do sense like a faint, like very faint, like LaCroix of magic, like a LaCroix hint taste of magic coming from the hilt of the sword that you have carrying with you. Seems like this thing used to be magical at one point, but has lost it, but has the essence of magic still on it. But is so dulled and just past that it's kind of hard to assess what it used to be.
Crown. Is there anything coming off the crown?
From the crown, no. Nothing
Okay.
from the crown.
Just a boring ass crowd.
All right. Well, we got another part of the chasm to explore, I guess. If
Yeah.
If
after
you guys are
we've had-
good.
Yeah, after we've had our like little group huddle, Tolkien will be like, "Oh, you know, there's still more to explore. So, clearly it's not here in the temple. We've explored every room. So, if I can go grab Samael if you guys want to get a head start looking over there."
yes, that
Yeah,
sounds
that-
good.
That sounds okay. Let's make a promise now, just so that we're on the level. If we see anything else about the dreaded king, you look me dead in the eyes from at least 40 feet away, or closer, and you say, "Hey, Vashana, I will mind link with you and you tell me, and I will share it with everyone else."
Wait, how we're gonna say that like with our mind or out loud?
With our minds.
Oh, you're gonna be able to hear that, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I will mind link with you and say, "Yes, what is it?"
Okay. Yeah. Just be careful. We still don't know how close those bugs are getting or if they're hearing us. There is nothing else in
R-
the temple, right?
No.
Okay.
There seems to be nothing else.
Oh, wait, last thing. What are we gonna do with the sword and the crown? Are you actually gonna take these back or?
Well, they're worth quite a bit, so I vote let's leave them where we came in and come back and get them.
I like that
I'll
idea.
put the hilt down then. Just like right there.
I mean, I was going to say out on the other side of the temple, but this works.
Like the entrance.
Oh,
This works, I guess.
but I imagine we will probably come back this way.
Sure.
Alrighty.
Well, that's fine. I'll put it where you want to, and I'll pick it up.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
All right. You guys have fun with that. I'm gonna go get Samael and Angelina.
I'll come with you, Tolkien.
You can only. I mean, you know, SR's with Hank. He's a good tank.
I don't think we'll run into anything too scary here. Just I should probably be the one to go get them since I was the one who told the lie.
Oh. Okay.
It wasn't a lie, was it?
It was. There wasn't anything
The
of
business
value.
talk.
No,
Hmm.
it was just a bunch of broken shit. Nothing of
I wonder what
importance.
Angelina's doing in there with him.
That's why I should go see.
Oh.
Clang, 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 clang. Where is it? I don't know. You were the one who's supposed to tell me what it looked like.
and Vashon is like, I'll be back.
Oh, yeah, well, when Dolkin sees her leg speed over there, he'll just be like, alright, and then he'll just go help whoever's carrying the heavier object carry it to the front door.
Just, it was over here. And Vashana will just come in and be like, I could have sworn. Didn't we see it like right here, Angie? The darn thing.
I thought we did.
The darn thing must have gotten buried when we moved the hilt out. I'm sorry, Estelar. No, you're not Estelar. You're Samael. I'm sorry, Samael.
She does out of character. Like, oh well, I wish I was. I've seen the abs on that woman. My God.
God, I wish I was.
Oh God. Just please.
Oh, look at those big muscles.
And it's like, somehow just like, well, if you need me to keep looking, I suppose I can try and dig through.
It's quite all right. We can come back and look later if we don't find anything else.
Ah, perfect. Okay. Well, I suppose we should get to move on then.
Indeed.
We still have much of this place to discover. I'm getting very antsy. The old butterflies in the stomach, if you will. Learning more and more about this every second.
I'm still carrying the crown.
Unless you wanted to put it down, because they did mention that because you're with them. You're with them the entire time they were talking.
Oh, okay.
So they mentioned just putting it down and coming back for it, unless you want to carry it.
Yeah, I'll put it down and come back for it. With it.
Right, so
And Vashana will be like, we can go and take a closer look. If you'd like to begin ascertaining the magics behind the artifacts.
we're going to be coming back. If we're going to be coming back this way, I suppose we can do that on the way back.
All right, that's fine by me.
Still have to move forward, and we've still yet to reach the other side of the cavern.
Indeed. And Vashana will scoop up Angie and be like, well, we'll meet you there.
Alrighty, I will be on the way.
And she'll fly out ahead and we'll mind link with Angie and fill her in on everything that they talked about.
Yeah, she nods to you and just goes, just talking with the mind links. Like, I got a weird vibe when we were looking through the swords, me and Samael.
Yes?
He seemed agitated.
He was very agitated after I poked and prodded him about Sir, so...
I suppose so. I guess if he really had something bad happen with him and the gods, I suppose it'd be a sore spot.
Well, let's try to keep our distance.
Yes. Right.
Okay.
So, assuming you guys start making your way to the other side of the cavern.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as you do, now Samael eventually gets back up with you guys, and I assume start traveling back together. You see on the other side, it is hard to notice at first because it is so big. But you see another entryway leading leading on the other side of a even bigger hallway.
Hmm.
Probably maybe 3 times the size of the one you guys came in through on the other side. It is big. You can barely see the top of the ceiling that goes up at least maybe 70 feet.
Awesome.
Hmm.
So there's just another bigger cave in this
Yep.
already big cave.
Yep.
I assume this is the only way to go.
Mm-hmm.
Dalkin will just look over and be like, "Oh man, it just, I'm gonna say it. I don't say this often. This does really feel like home. Everywhere you look, the ceiling just gets taller."
It
I'm
is.
glad you're enjoying your time, Dolkin.
It is very big.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm like necessarily enjoying it. Most of the places where I live don't have like booby traps everywhere. Usually it's just like monsters. Those are a lot easier to deal with than booby traps because most of the time you see them coming.
I suppose that's fair.
When we get near the cave entrance, I will also again use primeval awareness because we're going into a new cave. So.
Mm-hmm. Use primeval awareness, and the only monsters are the ones that you've sensed before.
Oh,
They
thank
seem to have
God.
changed position on the ceiling, but not by much.
Thank God. So Tolkien he'll put that in the back of his mind. He'll be like, okay, well, thankfully, so at least in this bigger cave, there's nothing in here. At least no monsters.
Yes, that is quite strange, but I suppose if something was this abandoned, there wouldn't be much life here.
And we don't see anything just from like walking to like the cave entrance, right? Or just dark.
Just still more of the same stuff you've seen before, with more buildings that have been crashed to the ground and broken, laid to waste. So assume you guys all start making your way forward into
Yeah.
the bigger tunnel. You guys start making your way there, and this one is a lot longer than the last one you went through. Seems to go on for quite a bit. It's about 2 hours of travel just going through. It seems just to be just an agonizing walk. And as you guys start making your way through, having walked for quite a while, you start to smell something in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Could I ascertain as to what the smell is?
Roll a nature check.
It smells sour.
Huh.
Is that a vinegary smell?
Like
Maybe pickles?
like rotting meats.
Ah.
That's not pickles.
It could be.
And as you make your way forward, as you get deeper into this tunnel system, you start to see bodies now.
What kind of bodies?
Giant bodies.
Mm.
They are skeletal figures that you are now for the first time seeing another body besides the one that you saw at the entryway of this basically dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
And
Are these like full skeletal bodies like the one in the very beginning, or do they have a little bit more flesh to them?
no, these ones the ones that you see first seem to have more skeletal bodies and seem to be in piles on the ground, and you do see rusted armor, rusted weaponry alongside these bodies, and they're few at first. But as you get close, as you start getting deeper in, you actually start seeing actually flesh on these things. It's very slow, and you don't notice it at first, but after walking and passing by more of these bodies, by the 10th body you've passed, you start to see that there are sinew still connecting the bones together on some of these corpses.
Mm.
These fresh.
Fresher.
Well, about as fresh can be.
I wouldn't quite say fresh, but fresher than the one we saw at the entrance.
That is definitely peculiar.
When we
I mean,
now see these bodies, is the smell clearly coming from them?
There's a smell coming from these bodies, but it seems to be permeating deeper from the cave.
Okay.
I'm concerned as to what we will find if we go deeper. Hank, should you and I go forward and see if we can't find something? You with your sneaky feet and me with my lack of feet?
Feet. There's a lot of feet.
Y-
I got yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right.
I've seen that you've been carrying that torch around everywhere. Dalkin will take off his goggles of night and he'll hand them over to Vishana. He's like, this will at least let you put that out so nothing will see you as easily.
Thank you, Tolkien. And Vishana will put them on, and as she does so, she will take out a platinum piece and cast light on it and hand it to you.
Oh, I can still see.
Well, this is payment.
Oh, I don't want your money.
Well, hold on to it until I return the goggles.
Yeah, okay. And he'll walk over and he'll hand it to Angelina.
You actually have Angelina comes over and puts her ferret on your shoulder. It's like, I'll look through Jeremy's eyes.
Oh,
Good.
yeah.
To see along with you all.
And I can communicate with you through him, right?
Yes, he understands, so it should be fine.
Wonderful.
And assume Hank, you hop onto Vishana's broom. And
I was saying that Hank was gonna stealth.
follow.
Yeah, I thought I was
Yeah.
gonna be like on the ground.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Hank was gonna stealth, and then I was just going to be quiet through the air.
Gotcha. Okay, so go ahead.
Because you can't make a lot of noise when you're just,
right.
air.
But you're still in the air, so
Yeah.
But,
I'll like hug a wall,
gotcha.
so I'm not standing out.
You guys assume the group will continue following you just slowly, and Eslar, Angeline will have like an arm wrapped around yours as she just closes her eyes, and she links with her familiar to see through it, basically holding on to you so she doesn't bump into anything, doesn't get lost.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Got a
both of you
lady
just
on
go-
my arm.
Both of you just go ahead and roll stealth checks.
As stealthy as I can on a broom.
Me as well, right?
Yeah.
Oh!
Wait,
No!
Wow.
I am
Wow.
broom stealth.
Broom
Hank.
stealth.
You're supposed to be a rogue.
I
You're a
can't
rogue,
even.
man.
I can't even. I hate life.
So you guys start going through, and you go ahead for about 5 minutes, going on ahead, and you get to the end of the chasm. Estelar,
Mm-hmm.
you see, or more, see and hear Angelina. She's just walking side by side you. You see her as, with her eyes closed, her hand actually comes up to her mouth and she starts gagging.
What?
You just see Angelina's like,
Oh.
Oh, so the smell must be getting worse.
because
Oh.
what Hank and Vishana see, as you come to the end of this tunnel, what you see is a large room, and inside is just a sea of black gunk. and within it are rotting and not rotting bodies of frost giants that are swimming inside of this gunk that seems to just be sticking to the floor.
Wait, you said rotting and not rotting?
Yeah,
So
like
does
some
that
of them
mean
are
like
rotting and
you
then
see-
others are fresh.
You
None of them are
see,
skeletal?
ones that are just bones and ones that look like they have died maybe days ago.
okay? I thought they were like still alive.
And it, from what you can tell, this sea of gunk and bodies swimming seem to just go out as far as you can see. And the smell is atrocious in this room. It smells of death and decay. And we'll go ahead and end the session there.
Huge. It's a good ending.
Well, time to tell everyone.
I'm all for ending on a cliff note, but bruh, I need to know what the fuck is going on.
Well, we know what's going on. There's dead frost
Cliff
giants in
notes.
there.
I've heard of cliffhanger, but a cliff note. Well, I mean, I can give you a cliff note if you wanted the session.
So Isaiah.
Yes.
So I apologize for like maybe about an hour and a half or an hour before the end of the session. I sort of stopped talking a lot, and that was because my parents were talking to this guy right outside my window,
Mm-hmm.
and and then my dog, because my dog was scared of the salespeople. It was barking, and I like was just so like I was so brain dead hearing most of the stuff that was going on, and
Yeah.
like, so my bad for like not listening to a
Hey.
lot.
Hey, no worries. It's fine, man. Don't worry about it.
I didn't expect the game to go past 9, and
Yeah, sorry.
the no, it's fine. Like, the game is good. It's just that I was really trying to play up the role playing a little bit better
Mm-hmm.
for this session, and like whenever that guy came, I just couldn't.
You know, is there any
gotcha, I
cool
gotcha.
foliage in this cave? Hmm?
Yeah, can we
no.
scavenge for foliage?
Can I
No.
scavenge for Nightingale?
No.
It very commonly grows in rotting corpses.
Yeah.
How
No.
many trees are in here?
Yeah. No mushrooms.
Yeah.
You know.
No, mushrooms? Maybe. You could probably...
Is there any corpse bride? Some corpse bride maybe?
Well.
Why, yes. Ironically, on the corpses. Whoa!
Oh.
Oh,
Thank
well,
God.
if there's some corpse bride, can I find corpse husband?
No.
Nice. Good.
Oh.
Good
That's-
bid.
Kick him.
Yeah. Kick him. Get him out of here.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Ha